Well, hello there, comic readers, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
But it's not just any old episode of Off the Rack, man. We are finally going to be talking about the best comics of 2025.
Woo!
We're going to talk about what we read.
Woo!
And we're going to give them all little distinctions.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
Sure.
Not going to be like your conventional best of lists that
No.
I've seen,
No.
which basically consists of a couple of absolute books and then a whole bunch of independent books I've never heard of.
It's fine.
This is
that's
all going to
fine.
be pretty much big two, but also a couple of additionals. There are some real surprises out there of books that came out in 2025 that just kind of surprised a lot of us and made some good stuff.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising they made good stuff. It's more like, whoa, that was cool too.
It was also cool. I
And
apologize
deliberate.
for playing with my hair.
Yeah, please. No, continue playing with your hair.
Well, listen,
we go.
I'm entertaining. Look
yes,
at this. Look
no.
at this. Woo.
Because it's not only an audio medium, it's also a visual medium. You
It
can
is.
see
You
things
can
happening while
see
you
it.
hear what's going on,
You can
unless you're
see-
watching the show or listening to it, rather, on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, in which case, give us a 5-star rating. We do appreciate it. But in any case, this is what the show is going to be. More or less, what we do on a regular basis is we talk about some news, and then we cover the reviews of the books that came out in the past week, and then we
Yeah.
pick out our book of the week.
Yes.
And then we read your super chats, which of course happen throughout the episode. Those are those people who are watching the show live, who are sponsoring the show by using super chats. There's a question or comment. We'll read it here on the show at that point, and then we'll recommend comics that are coming out this week that we think you should check out. So we do
Absolutely.
apologize to DCKO number 3. That will have to go on the back burner for now. Suffice to say, it looked good. It was fun. Weird. We'll get into it later on. But for now, let's talk about what happened in 2025
what did happen?
and what was so successful about
in
it.
comics.
In comics.
In comics.
Yes, big thanks to the good folks who gave us these 2025 awards.
I think everything that is me is in the way of it.
Well, that's okay.
Nope. Not
There's-
going to touch it.
Nope. But
They're
there's plenty
there.
of them. They're everywhere. You'll see them whenever, periodically throughout the
There's
the
one
stuff,
of
'cause This is
them
the place where I
there.
shoot normally any live streams.
Who does this?
Everyone.
No, who holds it though? It's Hassan, right?
Yeah, Hassan holds it.
Yeah, Hassan holds the mic. I'm like,
Yes.
this is insane.
Yeah, a lot of people do it now. He's following the trends.
Hi.
He's a trendsetter.
Hey everyone, I'm holding my mic in 2026.
But I should also mention that, this is the new Tiffany for 2026.
Hi.
That we also have a special guest that's dropping by.
Very
We're going to
excited.
be chatting with Tim Seeley in a little bit to talk a little bit about
Ooh.
Godzilla. And so, yeah, it's a real special episode.
Heck
of
yeah.
Off the Rack. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about some news that's coming out in the world.
Yeah. What do
They
you got?
announced that Superman Man of Tomorrow, or rather, I'm sorry, they're still calling it Man of Tomorrow. I'm sure they'll change the name because it's insane
Okay.
to release a movie in today's world that's about Superman, or at the very least features Superman adjacent characters, not called Superman, especially when you have a willing and excited cast member who's playing Superman, who's down to be in these things.
Yes.
But Maxima is going to be in it.
What?
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
I know. People are
Okay.
saying, and immediately people jump to conclusions. Like they were like, oh, they cast Maxima. That means they're doing Panic in the Sky. And I'm like, why would they ever do Panic in the Sky? And it's like, maybe because of what happened in Peacemaker. I don't know. All I know is that's an odd choice, but if you, I don't know, grew up in the 90s, I guess it's not,
Interesting.
you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
all I'll
yeah.
say is, oh no.
Oh no.
Because Panic in the Sky does feature Brainiac, but not the Brainiac everybody likes.
Yeah.
It's mustache twirling,
Right.
Carnival Barker Brainiac.
Well, they could just change it.
Oh, yeah. They could
Nothing they're
change it.
going to do is a 1-for-1,
No. Well, they never will.
right?
Supergirl One Tomorrow, I'm sure will be an indication of that.
I'm afraid of that based on already stuff that we know.
Yeah. Well, all we do know is that, Lobo is in it.
That immediately I'm like, well, you're not
But Lobo is supposed to be in it. But Lobo is supposed to be Supergirl in it.
Right.
Originally, Lobo was going to be the Rooster Cogburn to Supergirl's
right. But like
Maddie.
but still,
But now-
it changes it though.
Oh, yeah, it does. But well, maybe it'll just be a cameo. I don't think that Lobo's going to steal. I think Lobo will steal the show for some people who show up to superhero movies to see something other than the superhero movie they showed up to watch.
Sure.
But I think he will play a role and then quickly disappear.
Mm.
Maybe it'll be a post-credit scene.
Mm.
In addition to his scene in
Sure.
the movie. But we're not here to talk about that. All I'm saying is Maxima's in it, which has its own baggage, but it's not unsurprising because Maxima ushered in the next phase of the JLI, not the phase that people enjoy, but rather the phase that I make fun of all the time, the phase that needed to be culled by Doomsday, which makes kind of a problem because Doomsday
Right.
Are you going to bring Doomsday into it?
Maybe not.
Panic in the Sky also has that whole Mandela effect because they thought that seeded Doomsday when in fact it didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. One of Brainiac's Doomsday weapons, lowercase d, is released, and it's not Doomsday. But people were like, oh, I know Doomsday's coming. I see Brainiac as a longstanding Superman character. Maybe it's that. No, it's not. But check out our back issues on youtube.com/ComicPop to see more about Panic in the Sky.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, that's all the news I wanted to talk about. Let's get into some books.
Do we have time for books yet?
Do we? I mean, I think Tim's popping by in the next few minutes. So let's talk about some of the categories we have.
Okay.
Because it's not your traditional categories.
Right.
Thanks to you and your efforts, we did not go for the best writer, best.
I mean, we can
art.
still talk about those things because there's a couple of things where I'm just like the art though.
Yeah. There's one that I love. There's a category that you can talk a little bit about, and you'll talk until we move on, until we bring Tim in.
Sure.
Which will be momentarily.
It's very momentarily.
In fact, it could be right now. We could just hold it.
We could.
Maybe we just hold it.
I love that.
Yeah, let's hold it.
Now you have to stick around. Stick around no matter what. Stick around for the Godzilla conversation and the Tim Seeley. But then also stick around because what are we talking about?
What are we even talking about?
Don't you want to know?
Yes.
Because we actually do know. This isn't one of those where it's like we're like vamping for time. We actually do know. All right, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Get out of here. But could you also indicate where M1 is while we're doing this?
I did the thing.
You did the thing.
I'll just do it.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, excellent. All right.
I think you're good. Goodbye, sir. I won't walk in front of it this time.
Not this time.
I'll walk back around.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and get ready to welcome Uber writer extraordinaire and all-around nice guy, Tim Seeley. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Hey, thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too, man. It's been a while since we chatted. Last time was New York Comic Con. I'm excited to have you back.
Yeah. Okay. I dimly remember New York Comic Con.
Yeah, it was most of it's a blur. but I'm glad to have you back, man. So yeah, we're talking a little bit about the end of the first arc of Godzilla, the Kaisei era. You brought us I want to say the most, one of the biggest adaptations or interpretations of Godzilla in comic form. And that's saying a lot given how much ink Godzilla has gotten in the last year.
Sure, yeah. All over the place, right? He's been at multiple companies and
multiple universes.
Yes.
But you guys were helping over at IDW to build up Godzilla's universe in comic form under the Kaisei era banner. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. A sort of linked group of 3 titles at the outset, and each of them essentially set in a different genre, which was kind of the approach that we were taking to it. So, there's the kind of horror survival story of Into the Dead Zone.
Yep.
And we have this sort of sci-fi space Starship. And then the big Sentai superhero comic book action of the regular Kaisei era Godzilla title, which is the one that I write.
Right, exactly. And now we've wrapped up the first arc, and we can talk spoilers because IDW has been very generous with them already in their promotions tour.
Sure.
But we saw the how do I put this? The end of Godzilla and the resurrection of Godzilla. What brought you to the place where we get this new version of Godzilla in the form of the Kaisei energy Godzilla?
I mean, well, one of the things that we talked about from the beginning about doing this series was that, Jake's view on this, Jake Williams, who's the editor, view on doing comics of Godzilla was we need to lean into the comic bookness of it.
Right.
And so a big part of that had to be, let's do stuff that the films don't do, because the films do a lot, right? And there's been so many of them, and it's different companies, different approaches, years, 70 years worth of Toho films.
Right.
And then obviously the legendary stuff. So they have done a lot of things. We needed to lead into the comic bookness of it. That was the approach that there's my daughter sneaking, that we wanted to go with it. So, the idea of really tying everything together in this world, which is essentially everything Godzilla has happened basically in this world, and it affected society. So we have a world of which you haven't seen in the Godzilla films before, which is that, Godzilla has been tromping across the planet for 77 years, and society has had to adapt, around that. So the idea that we wanted to really play with is, what can we do with every sort of arc to give you things you've never seen and that really add to the lore of Godzilla without in any way kind of going against what we consider the rules. Godzilla being destroyed and being turned into the energy that essentially creates him was a great way to do that. And then having our main character, the kid Jason, be the only thing that can contain Godzilla, also was a perfect sort of hero's journey for him. He hates Godzilla for destroying his life, and now he's the only one that can keep Godzilla contained. We thought that's some good heroic dramatic irony. It also really plays to a lot of those Godzilla themes, the sort of idea of nature. The more you push it, the more you try to control it, the more rebellious and dangerous it gets. And obviously there will be consequences for this kid trying to contain the rage of all the planets.
Right. Now, you wrapped up the first arc. Obviously, we're in a newer, more dangerous place with the next arc. How much, are we seeing a significant tonal shift from the previous to the next one?
Not total shift, but stakes shift. I think the thing that we really wanted to do with this was, it has to be big. It has to be character based. Everything we do, we really want to make sure that there's a human component to it. I think, obviously the appeal of Godzilla initially, any Godzilla story, is big monsters kicking the shit out of each other. That's inherently part of the deal. But the stakes of it have to be human, and they have to be real and honest. And so having Jason sort of epitomize that along with the other characters, including Rumi and Riviera, then the stakes have to go up for the next arc. And also a big thing that we really want to do is to show the other kaiju. I mean, the world of Toho is populated with all kinds of really cool kaiju, and we got to see Anguirus. Basically, it was the only one that we saw in the first arc, and so besides Godzilla, and now we want to bring out the other ones. And so there's going to be a whole bunch of other kaiju, and you get to see how they look and work and act in the Kaisei universe. And of course, it's them showing up right at the time where Godzilla is this massive energy construct and basically unstoppable.
Yeah.
No flesh to even damage, of course.
Right. That's it's already an unconquerable problem, and now it's ratcheted up to 11. With issue 7, you're working with Henry Presettia, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. How has that collaboration moved forward with this this new era or this new period in this run that you're working on?
I try to always write to the artist to some degree. I mean, obviously I have plans I have to do, and I kind of have to think about the big picture. But when I see the artist, and I see their strengths and I see the things they like to draw, I try to play it that way. And Nicola, the artist for the first 6 issues, he loves big manga stuff. Just big energy patterns and explosions and speed lines and all that kind of stuff. So once I kind of got a better understanding of what his thing was, I really wrote, I just cracked out my, One Punch Man and those stuff, and be like, well, how would they construct this? And then just let Nicola go crazy.
Gotcha.
And Hendry's is much more, it's more human based. It's a lot more character based. So that has led this to be a very character based arc. A lot of expressions and emotions and faces and sadness, and then also big monsters beating the crap out of each other.
Well, it's interesting because working for the artist allows me to dovetail quite nicely into your TMNT Godzilla series, which has another fantastic artist working on it who also worked on the Stranger Things TMNT series before that. And we talked a little bit about the Ninja Turtles universe, but I wanted to get into it a little bit more with you because of the fun originality of the pitch, which is, we've seen a whole bunch of different ideas of different universes interacting with Godzilla, but in this one, it presupposes the idea that Godzilla has always existed in the Ninja Turtles universe. like pre-Turtles. So how would that influence the Turtles? Would it influence Shredder, etc.? The Foot Clan itself. How much fun was whipping up that idea and executing it and seeing it on page?
I mean, I do the same approach to every crossover, which is that I just do the thing where, I never want to do the thing where characters from one series have to like get through a portal and go to another one. You know what I mean? I hate, like, it drives me absolutely crazy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, sorry, my daughter's asked me what's Jenny's favorite color. How about, I don't know. Ask Mama. Mama might. I don't know, baby. I gotta do this interview, okay? Gotta talk Godzilla, okay? She's asking her Aunt Jenny, who's Jenny Frizen, the comic book artist, what her favorite color is, and I was like, well, I might have a theory, but can't say for sure.
What an impossible question!
What a hard question. But I hate the thing where it's like you have to show us, like how they got there and like why they've never met before.
Right.
I hate that. So my approach is always, well, they just never ran into each other before. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
They've always been in the same universe, and they just, there's people that I should know and I don't know. So it's just, the Turtles have done their whole thing. They've lived their whole lives, and up to this point, they never stumbled upon city-stopping kaiju. Although, we could say that, like, Gorgonzola or whatever the
the pizza creature,
pizza buster, we could say that was part of it, I guess. So this idea I didn't want to explain anything. I just want to hit the ground running, and so it just makes sense that at some point in the past, one of the jobs of the Foot Clan was to repel the appearance of kaiju on the shores of Japan, and so we saw that scene in the first issue on Odo Island, where essentially the future Shredder and the future sort of master of Splinter are standing there defending against this attack, and so that gives us this history. But as we played out with the Turtles, and basically how we wanted to play it, is like everything is on the table. We can use any of the kaiju, we can use any Turtles stuff. So, having
nice. What a relief that it must be, like, to be able to go, oh, geez, I don't have like a short list of what I can avoid and what I have to make sure we work around, make awkward references that are not quite the thing, but quietly are, this is just, no, it's the full world. And does that lend itself to you where you go, oh my God, I have access to the full trunk of toys? Do you then find yourself following that impulse of being like, well, then let's dump it out and use all of them? Or do you find yourself going like, well, now that I can use everything, it kind of makes me think, maybe I don't really need to use that guy. Yeah.
I try to be strategic about it. And with this one, speaking of toys, there literally are toys.
Yes.
So there was a Playmate toy line that you're using their designs and stuff because they're so good. Why wouldn't we?
Sure.
So the toys were on the table literally, and it's like, well, let's use that as a point to get to. It doesn't have to guide us in that we can't do other stuff, but so that I knew was a goal. But mostly, I just wanted, the approach I was trying to take. If I don't have to explain like how people go there, but I do need to explain like why this is important to them, why it's personal, and how does this affect the Turtles? How does this affect Godzilla? Obviously, who doesn't have a great emotional response there, that's being very angry, but and then just how to play that together. And the idea that we start off with in issue 2 and 3 is this technique for repelling kaiju called the Way of the Foot. So we'll see that play out in issue 3, and then Kaijutagen, which we mentioned in issue 2,
right?
Of course, and just weighing it like all the things that you want to see. I want to see those things too.
Yeah,
and so I try to throw it all out there, but also make sure that it all hangs together with heart. That it all means something, and it all feels like something. It doesn't just feel like smash, whoa, which
No, you want to have that feeling like as you're going on an emotional or at the very least character journey.
Right. Yes,
you get the best of both worlds that way. Now, both those issues, that is to say, Godzilla issue 7 and TMNT Godzilla 3, are on sale on February 4th. Is that right?
That is indeed true. I'm just checking my numbers here. Yes. I'm usually bad to like plug in dates and FOCs and stuff because I usually have to make the book. So.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, the FOC thing is ridiculous. This is just saying like, no, both those issues that you want to check out are on sale on February 4th, but be sure, folks, to pre-order your books if you want to see them survive. Tim, is there anything else coming out that you want to make sure that people are aware of, particularly where they can find you and the things that you work on a regular basis?
Yeah, sure. I have some of the ongoing Masters of the Universe series, Sword of Flaws. Issue 3 just came out of that, and that is from Dark Horse Comics. Speaking of toys, I'm very proud of it. I'm trying to put all of the things I always wanted to see with Masters of the Universe into this comic. Art by Freddie Williams. Issue 4 will come out in mid-February, I believe, or maybe February. And then I've got a book I'm doing Ignition Press right now called No Place, which I highly recommend. It's sort of short pitch is the Wizard of Oz crew versus Cthulhu, sort of, versus Lovecraft. And then that issue 2 just dropped for that one as well. And you can find me on Blue Sky at Hacking Tim Seeley and at Instagram at Tim Seeley.
Excellent. Tim, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Folks, check out both Godzilla issue 7, TMNT Godzilla number 3, and of course, all the other books that Tim mentioned out there at your local comic book store. And of course, if you want to see those books make it / continue to thrive, pre-order them. And it is always important to make sure to tell your comic book store that you want to see these books and that you want to have them, because that's the best way to do it. But Tim, always a pleasure. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you later.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Take care, bud.
All right.
And there you have it, everybody. That was Hacking Tim Seeley himself to chat a little bit about the Kaisei era of Godzilla from IDW Comics. Check it out, everybody. I need to just indicate that Tiffany's ready to go here by changing her microphone to what I do. And there we go.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I'm back.
You're back. And you put nail polish on.
I might have done that, but only one hand. I didn't have time for the other one.
Oh, excellent.
So my nails are wet.
Well, that's fair.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, good.
My hair is frizzy and my nails are wet. Let's go. I'm ready for this show.
Okay.
Don't think I'm not.
So there was a category that Tiffany created for this Best of 2025.
Yes, she did.
Show.
Yes.
That I was really it tickled me. I was really excited to see it, and it was just this is an opportunity. I think the way that we're doing this kind of celebration, so that the books get their due, without like excluding them from a category. Because like, let's say that we say like best art.
Yeah, that's
impossible. How do you even decide?
I can't. I literally could not. There was too many. It's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah,
and I mean that because there were so many phenomenal art styles this year.
That's
so
right,
many
exactly.
things. Because it's like
best like
to me it's just like it's apples and oranges almost every time because it's like a Peach Momoko, versus like Casper Wingard.
Exactly.
They're just very different artists, and like depending on the
best
day
suited for the books they're working on. You know?
And depending on the day, I might be like, oh, loved it, but like I couldn't.
That's why this category is best art that made me pause mid-page.
Yeah.
This is how we can give an award to
heck yeah. I mean,
incredible
like
series.
If there is an award.
Yeah, well, that's the awards of
I mean, for me, did you have one?
Did I have one? There are so many books that came out, and I have my list right here in front of me of
but
everything
that
I read.
Pause mid-page because I have mine. Mine was easy to think of that.
Yeah. I think it was a toss-up between New Gods. I think it was New Gods. Okay. But there are I think I have 3 contenders. Yeah, it was Cagle. Yeah. Cagle's work on New Gods was second to none. Honorable mention goes to Ribic on Aliens versus Avengers.
Okay.
For just the space-looking stuff, but it doesn't. And I wish that I'd just seen an Alien book from Asad Ribic as opposed to seeing what I saw, like because the art was good, but it wasn't like, oh, finally. It was more like just impressive that they did that.
Yeah.
Than it was a book that I can celebrate. But that one was a book where but New Gods, multiple mid-pages where I'm like, whoa, like, this is a special comic.
Yeah, just kind of like,
yeah. So Evan Cagle. That's
for you. For me, it was easily Jamal Campbell on Zatanna. Too many times. Like that was the whole reason I came up with that. I was just like, nope.
Exactly.
Because it's like, is it best artist? I don't know. I can't give a best artist. They're just all there's so many great artists, but like so many times in his Zatanna like midi, whatever you want to call it. Like, did I just
Yeah.
Just had to stop and just look at the page, go back and look at the page. Like
Mhm.
so often.
Yeah.
1,000%. Like Jamal Campbell, like it's funny. It's like I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, that came out this year.
Right.
Right. Like that came out this year. And literally I feel like not a ton of people talk about it. I think they will.
Well, they will now that Zatanna's series, also from Jamal Campbell, has been announced from
Yes.
DC's Next Level. So
Yes.
I'm thrilled. That's one of those like no-brainers. When they
Yeah.
put Zatanna's 90s logo up on the screen at New York Comic Con, it was like, it better be Jamal Campbell.
Right. But you don't know.
But you didn't
You
know.
don't know.
And I was a little worried, actually.
You don't know.
I was like, oh, geez, maybe they'll give it to somebody else. And it's like, no. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
1,000%. But like, if you haven't had a chance to read that series, I highly recommend it because you don't have to know much about Zatanna to jump into it. But the art in that series, like the story's great. I really enjoyed it. Campbell really stretches himself in it too by kind of creating like here's the main art for the book, and also here's like this fairy tale style book for like other information that we're getting. So good.
Oh,
like the art is just so good.
Yes.
I mean, the whole book, like I said, is great, but like that is almost enough to just be like, gonna read that.
Well, and similarly with the New God series, that book was such a treasure just from the mythology alone.
Yep.
But when it would occasionally switch gears to being a superhero comic, or at the very least, it would dip its toe in the superhero world, it was something fun. It was something interesting. It was something that like I'm not seeing in any other superhero comic. And yet it felt like it was still part of the universe while also still maintaining its, you know, it reminded me of that old Eternals book.
Yeah.
Where John Romita Jr., I think, has done the work of his career on that Eternals series. And it is clearly an attempt to make the Eternals work and get people to understand what the concept is.
Get them working.
And they never really did. And then they made a huge flop. But like, while that book was happening, you know, the beautiful covers, but like the interior work was so great. And also Iron Man shows up in the midst of civil freaking war.
Yeah.
And yet it gave it that kind of grounding that was like, oh, it's not only this epic that's happening that you're telling me by way of the Marvel Universe, it's happening in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Same thing with New Gods, where I'm like, this is a huge book, amazing scope, all these ideas going on mythologically and almost religiously speaking, and also Superman is there.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, if you're watching this on the repeat, first of all, thanks for doing that.
Oh yeah, we do appreciate you too.
Throw it down. Throw your nominations or what you think what you
book for each category
or conversation that we're having. Like throw it in the chat right now. Like talk about it.
Yeah,
let's hear it. These are just our opinions.
Exactly. Most visually unsettling was another category I loved. I think I'm gonna have to nominate the Black Canary Best of the Best series.
Really? For visually unsettling?
Yes. Well,
okay. I want to hear this.
It's 6 issues of fighting.
Okay.
From Ryan Sook.
Okay.
And it is so visceral and uncomfortable. And because it's a Black Label book, or at the very least, you get the impression it is.
Yeah.
You know that anything can happen. And while I'm not terribly squeamish most of the time, when it comes to real life or situations like boxing or MMA fighting, I'm like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Best of the Best definitely delivered on that front. And there's it's just these two normally idealized beautiful women who are just beating the living hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And they are not holding anything back. It's such an amazing looking series, and it's a series that I was like, nobody talked about this book when it came out. No one's gonna talk about this book until they make a Black Canary adaptation. And number one, I hope it gets a miniseries. Like when I say miniseries, I mean it already is a miniseries. I mean the mini comic that they make, like Supergirl Won It Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there are so few Black Canary books out there that are available on the regular, especially to the casual reader. But I think that the art is what sets it apart. You know, like I like I like a lot of what Tom King does. I'm not a big fan of his Wonder Woman series now than I was when it first started. First 3 volumes, I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah,
not so much now. But Sam Poor can't be beat. But that Black Canary book just came and went. And I would like to acknowledge it in some way, but being like, that really, ugh.
Yeah.
But also, it was a great book.
No, I
It's very
getcha.
standard, by the way. It's like very, very Tom King.
This is very standard.
Well, just like, if you're like, oh, I've heard of Tom King. I hear that it's a story about a
Yeah.
superhero who's kind of broken down to their basic elements. They're sad, and if you read Human Target, you're like, I think I get it. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, okay.
Or Mr. Miracle. Same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hero, you don't not necessarily familiar with it on a more casual reader scale, and they're sad, and they have to make an impossible choice. But I think it's a fantastic book, and and the art was something where like normally Sook doesn't get to do a whole book because of how long it takes, but because it didn't matter and there was no expiration date on that book, they were just like, oh, here you go.
Okay.
So that was great.
Okay. Yeah. What else you got? What other one did you like?
Let's see here. Well, I loved your reference to best crossover that had no right to work.
Yo. Thank you.
Who did you recommend?
I recommend, you can go either way on this one. Flip them either way. Gargoyles X Fantastic Four or Fantastic Four X Gargoyles.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What? Why? But still enjoyed.
True.
That was that's the crossover for me. I mean, obviously there was a much larger crossover that happened,
and that's what I'm recommending. But and that's the other question is which one? Because like I think that it's interesting. They made 2 Gargoyles Fantastic Fours. You liked the first one more than the second one.
I sure did.
And yet, written by the same person.
I know. Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
Like what? Why?
I know. Why it worked, and one worked better than the other one.
Yes.
But yeah. And there were more than a few crossovers that came out in 2025. There was Shazam Thor.
That should have been its own category. Most forgotten crossover.
Oh yeah. Well, that would be Fantastic Four Flash, which who would even think to do that? Jeremy Adams. But I loved all of them. But I'm gonna have to give it to one of the Deadpool Batmans.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because
fair.
Okay, so Deadpool Batman, the Marvel one, sold record highs.
Yeah.
The DC one, Batman Deadpool, also did. But Jim Lee, publisher at DC Comics, had to come out and say, hey, Batman Deadpool is a completely different comic book than Deadpool Batman. Please go buy it.
Yeah.
And I think it was indicative of the problem that they created for themselves, not only in the naming convention, which they normally don't do, or they don't do in such rapid succession. Like you don't put out a Deadpool Batman crossover and then a Batman Deadpool crossover within 2 months of each other.
Yeah.
But I think it was exacerbated by the variant cover problem, which is there were so many covers for both those books. And because the line between DC and Marvel was blurred, people didn't know which crossover had which variant cover.
Right.
And so since you basically had a steady stream of Deadpool Batman variant covers that came out from March until November. Then I understand why people might have thought that the DC one was just the Marvel one with reprinting.
Right.
Especially when they reprinted both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Batman Deadpool one is so rich and interesting, and also gets Grant Morrison to do a crossover, reference 7642, all the stuff that happens in Deadpool Batman. But I want to give an honorable mention to Batman Deadpool from Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo because it had a lot of things working against it.
Yeah.
1, Deadpool Batman crossover. Yeah. Why did you do that? Why Deadpool?
A lot of people questioned it.
A lot of people questioned it. And by the way, and I understand.
Not everybody.
No, but I understand why they did it, and I understand why people didn't want it. That's number 1. Number 2, Zeb Wells, hot off the heels of his quick disappearance from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
I understand people's reticence to embrace another Marvel book from Zeb Wells.
Sure.
And the third, given that it's Greg Capullo, not with his longtime collaborator and different colorist. So you have a lot of different elements to Deadpool Batman that should not have worked, and yet I think worked very successfully. Not just the indication of the character interactions, which I think worked really well, but also I think Capullo's art really worked. I think the colors were very Marvel. And I think that Zeb Wells delivered on the premise. I think he delivered a fun story. He delivered consistent characterization. I think it was a really fun crossover.
Yeah.
Grant Morrison and Dan Mora, it's going to work. We knew it was going to work from the jump.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be weird. We knew it was going to be esoteric. We knew it was going to be off the wall. And some of us may have thought it might have been more largely self-serving, which of course it also was.
Sure.
Because it wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to resurrect the writer, but I'm also going to use only my characters.
Yes.
Oh, it's Damien, it's Cassandra, I get it. But we all knew that it was going to be the favorite, despite the fact that I think it sold worse.
Right.
And not because of anything that had to do with the creative team. It had everything to do with just the weird climate that we are in and the weird circumstances that birthed the crossovers in general. I hope that Marvel and DC have ironed them out for the Superman Spider-Man conundrum.
Oh, absolutely. Now, this is funny because it's like, I don't know if you noticed the other category that I threw in there.
I did not.
Oh, best crossover that some people think are the exact same book.
Well, then naturally you would have to say Batman, Deadpool, Batman. Though I think honorable mention goes to Gargoyles, Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four Gargoyles.
I literally wrote that with Deadpool, Batman, Batman, Deadpool in mind,
Naturally.
just because I was like, how could you think it was the same? But
Yeah.
I also was like, you know what? Fair. I don't know, honestly, like how most people learn about these things at this point.
That's the thing, right? Like they don't like. Are they going to a comic book store? Are they plugged into the internet zeitgeist? Are they listening to podcasts? Are they watching YouTube videos? Are they doing both? I don't know. And I know that it's never been a wider divide between fandoms. So whereas if, I don't know, they were going to bring back in a big bad way Wildcats.
Yes.
You know, I think that fewer people today would have caught wind of that if it were, as opposed to it being 10 years ago. They brought back Wildcats a few years ago, though. So, you know, it's a poor example. But, like, you're not going to necessarily hear peripheral comic book news in today's climate.
Yeah.
Because of how divided everyone is in every possible facet of life. As opposed to before. Like, I'd go into a comic book store and my comic book retailer would be like, did you hear about such and such? Or did you pick up Wizard and read all about everything? No, people are completely created these bubbles.
Right.
And so it's harder to find out. So maybe they were like, oh, I'm excited for Deadpool Batman. Couldn't care less about Deadpool Batman or Batman Deadpool. So yeah, hopefully they'll iron that out.
By the way, I never got a chance to answer the most unsettling.
Yes,
visually
you didn't.
unsettling.
That's right.
It has to be Event Horizon, Dark Descent. Easily.
Yeah. Well,
easily. I mean, admittedly, Absolute X-Men, occasionally, like, Momoko would come out with
Ultimate
like,
X-Men.
Ultimate X-Men. Why? Ultimate. No, in my universe, because I came from somewhere else. It's Absolute.
Yeah.
Ultimate X-Men, Momoko would come out with like some really very disturbing things, but
Yes.
I think overall, like panel for panel, page for page,
yeah,
it's
pound
gotta,
for pound, it's
it's
Event
got to
Horizon.
be Event Horizon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Apropos of that, there were a number of horror books that came out.
Yes.
That we need to give special mention to.
Yes.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon easily was probably my favorite one. I mean, I did like Let This One Be a Devil.
Yes.
Does anyone remember that came out? The
Remember
Jersey
that?
Devil book that I was like, ooh.
We have the trade paperback over there.
Ooh,
I
give
ordered
me.
it. I got it.
Give it to me.
Yes.
Just give it to me now.
Right.
But I was a huge fan of, and still am, of Event Horizon. I like that book a lot.
That's Dark Descent, the prequel series from IDW from Christian Ward and Tristan Jones.
Yes.
Great stuff. And another book that I was like, I can't believe this is working. I can't believe that it did work, because Event Horizon is that movie that you remember better than it is.
Yeah.
And yet, like, fantastic premise, awesome pitch, great casting. You know, just that director was lacking. But all excised, all cleaned up by making a prequel comic book from the creative minds of Christian Ward and Tristan Jones, delivering it on a visual level.
Right. So how about for you? Did you have a best horror?
It's interesting because I didn't really read a lot of horror
but
books.
you did read some, because I kind of remember you reading Marvel Zombies book.
I did. Marvel Zombies Red Band is a fun book. Hard to describe as a horror comic. Maybe it's horror adjacent.
Okay.
Because it's hard to be like, oh, it's a horror comic with Spider-Man in it.
Right.
But there were a couple of smatterings of horror that I enjoyed. I think, it's funny because I was just thinking of like Wolverine Revenge, how that was like another Red Band book that was much more horror based. I think it's got to go to Alien Avengers though. That is a true die-in-the-wool horror comic that made no attempt to be an Avengers comic.
Yes.
It's very much just Hickman and Ribic giving us existential space horror
Mm.
in every respect. I mean, if you watched our back issues where we just run down the entire thing, watch me, page for page explain what that story is to the guys
Yes.
and have them go like, why are you telling me about
Yes,
this?
yes.
And
I think that's fair.
But
I
that's
think
what horror does. Horror is supposed to make you go like, no, I feel uncomfortable.
I agree.
But yeah, but honorable mention should go to Marvel Zombies Red Band, because it's like, number one, Marvel Zombies, kind of a dead brand at this point, or undead. But also, it's hard to keep milking that cow when you've been milking it for so many decades. And yet they came up with an original and intuitive way to do it.
Yeah, I really thought you said milk in that cow. Like it's hard to keep milk.
It's hard to get milk back in the cow.
It's hard to keep it in. You don't want to keep it like it.
It is most certainly not hard to keep it in. They have a
whole system.
a whole system in place for you to take it out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But hit me with another category.
Let's see. How about this one?
All right.
Is there a book moment or whatever from this, like from last year, from 2025?
Yes.
Still living rent free in your head?
There are a couple of books that are living rent free in my head that like I can't believe happened. It's funny, we talked about crossovers and we completely left it out. It's another one, but the moments, it doesn't really count. It doesn't really count. We'll talk about it later, I guess.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's DC X Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, the one that does it like
we forgot about.
Yeah, had no right to work.
Had no right to work.
Why was it reading? I didn't forget it.
Had no right to work. Very accomplished. I think it did work.
Okay.
Despite it not really being a thing that should work.
Okay. Still circling back to still living rent free though.
Yeah, as far as living rent free in my head, there's a dead heat. I mean, I know there were a couple moments from Alien Avengers that I'll never forget. All I can think of is Iron Man with the chest burst moment, but when it should be like, Venom Xenomorph and stuff like that. But let's see here. There are a couple living rent free in my head. I'm just like,
I have one if you need to
let's
look.
hear it. Yeah.
And it's like funny because it's like you can take living rent free in your head for a couple of things. One, it's like super successful. Like there's so many moments from Power Fantasy that definitely live rent free in my head just because it's a super powerful, just like incredibly visually stunning book. Just so many moments from that. Like there are some pages I'll just go back and look at them. I'm just like, oh, love looking at it. But there's like definitely a book that like, as I was reading it, I literally was like, why am I still reading this? And like, it still sits with me, and it's Crypto.
Yes. The Crypto miniseries.
Yep.
The Super Dog, of course.
Yes.
Not the,
yes. That, like Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton.
Yes.
Miniseries. I did not make a category for the saddest book. It'd be too obvious. It was too obvious. No. This just lives rent free in my brain. This poor dog.
Yeah.
Just went through it.
Yep.
Just went through it. Now it's like funny because it's like you read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. You also watch Kara, go through it.
Yeah.
Like, in the
That's
past, in the current, and I'm just like, oh, that sucks, but I'm right there with you, girl, and I'm so sorry. With the dogs going through it, I'm just like, who do I have to, who has to be stopped?
Yes.
Like, no, I can't. That book though, like it just sits with me.
Yeah.
It just sits with me.
That's fair.
Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know.
I think it is. I think it's powerful.
What does that mean?
Successful. Moments like that are throughout this list that I'm looking at here from all the books that we read basically this year. There are a couple moments from Absolute Martian Manhunter that I'll never forget. Certainly that like made me go, oh, and it's not necessarily in a like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening moment, but more than a, this is a special book. Owed entirely to Javier Rodriguez and their skill. But I was like, this is a book. I'll say this. There was a moment, I think, in issue 4 where I went, oh, we're going to have to do this on back issues. Like that was that kind of
interesting.
Okay. Like, oh, we're going to have to do this on the show. And I can't wait for you to finish reading it, so I'll just do it. It's a book where people went, oh my God, I can't believe Sal's talking about this. This is one of those highfalutin artsy books.
Yeah.
That's a Tiffany special. I was like, I'll take care of this. And I think it worked out pretty well. But like, yeah, that's a book that looks stunning and continues to innovate.
Yeah.
In a very powerful way.
Okay. Fair.
So special honors.
Yeah, and like I said, living rent free in your brain can go very different ways.
Absolutely.
But like I just feel like it's just one of those things where it's like something that just sticks with you.
Yeah.
And it can be from any part of the year, right? And
Yeah.
and sometimes it's something that people completely forget about, and sometimes we're all on the same page. So
Yeah. There are a couple moments from like Predator, Spider-Man, where I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
that was another horror book. That was a straight up horror book.
yes.
That also was inconsistent.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll talk about other things later on. Let's see what we got here.
You want me to toss out another one?
Sure, yeah. Let's
Okay.
hear
How about best long game payoff?
it. Ooh, best long game payoff. I mean, I feel like that's a harder pick for you.
It's not.
Really?
I have two.
Okay, because
'Cause, like-
I know which one is one of. I know 50% of them.
Okay. What's the 50% that you know?
It's Ultimate Black Panther.
Oh, interesting. I actually didn't have that on the list,
Oh, well, that's a shame.
but I should have.
Yeah, because Ultimate Black Panther has been building and has been consistently delivering.
I know.
Its entire run.
I said because technically it ended, so like it wasn't the whole time. So it's like I'm going back and forth about whether or not I'm going to count it. But like Cy Spurrier's Flash,
Yes.
you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I felt like that was a phenomenal long game payoff. Most of it did not happen in 2025.
Yeah.
But like still, I felt like it was a great payoff.
Mhm.
And the other one, although only part of the payoff came in 2025,
Mhm.
in 2026, Tiffany, looking back, absolute Superman.
Oh yes, 100% absolute Superman.
Like I just feel like 100% Ultimate Black Panther, but it wasn't even like I had to wait the long game. I liked every
You
issue
were
of
enjoying
that.
the whole damn thing. It
But
wasn't
like,
like you were like, this better pay
absolute
off.
Superman, I
Yeah.
think is the answer for me
Yeah.
for that, because it's like that was a long game
triumphant,
payoff. Like
yeah.
I had to read and sit through it and be like, I think he's doing something here. I
Mhm.
think it's gonna. I think we're just building to that moment of hope, that moment of like seeing Superman, and then we finally got there.
Yeah.
And so like that is a long game.
That is.
payoff.
Yeah. As a joke, I will also nominate, because 2/3 of the book did come out in
Yeah.
2025, but the last is Lex Luthor, because there was like I think a 2-year gap between the first issue and the second issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a wonderful series from Mark Waid and Brian Hitch that like is beautiful and is I think going to be at least part of an jumping on point for Man of Tomorrow coming out from James Gunn. Like I think that if they're not using that book as a template, then I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Last Days Lex Luthor was a book where I was like, this is going to be another special comic, another, indication that Black Label isn't a dead brand, but also it's a great execution of like an alternate reality, Superman story that is consistent with your understanding of Superman. It's Mark Waid's Superman. Come on.
Yeah.
It's also like an unofficial, almost spiritual sequel to Birthright. I think it just works. I think it's one of those things where it like really paid off. It is consistent and fun and weird and off kilter, and because Waid had not played in that space before, the out of continuity space at DC for Superman, then he was able to really explore it a little further and go farther than he might have wanted or been allowed to. So yeah, I think that was a huge payoff, even especially because there was a 1 or 2 year gap between two issues, because there was no reason for them to put issue 1 out in 2024 or 23, I think. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That was a huge payoff. Another long-term payoff that I think I will self-servingly mention is the Terminator Buried Alive series.
1,000%.
The 10-page backup for the Terminator book.
That is the longest.
Yes,
of,
long time coming for me.
Yeah.
From enjoying and becoming a fan of Terminator to my desire to be a published author in the comic book space. All those things crescendoed into what we now have, not in the studio, but out there in the world. There's a collected volume people can pick up at the local comic book store.
Amazing.
It's entirely self-serving. It's mostly a joke. I just wanted to say
It's not.
Terminator Out of Time is available in trade. It will be available, I think, in February in hardcover. Check it out if you haven't already. And if you do get a copy, take a picture, post it online, tag me. I will retweet it or reblog it or whatever the hell people are doing nowadays. Because I just want to see that people are enjoying it. But I do want to thank those people who out there who picked up every single issue. Of,
Absolutely.
5 issues.
Absolutely.
Every single week that they came out. But thank you for that.
Amazing.
But yeah, that's a long-term payoff. I think that
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Let's see here.
What do you like?
What's the best absolute book?
I mean,
so like a couple of absolute books debuted in 2025, and I believe
do I have to go with the debut one?
See, that's the thing. I think not. I think not. I think because because the winner, Absolute Wonder Woman, issue 4 came out in 2025, and so a majority of the series is out now,
Yes.
as opposed to in the previous year.
Yes.
But I think that should speak to the strength of Absolute Wonder Woman and light a fire under those other Absolute books which seek to catch up. I will also say that I think that Absolute Batman is that kind of juggernaut that cannot be stopped. And I've seen in sales, at the very least, it rise again.
Oh no, absolutely. And here's what I'll say about Absolute overall.
Okay.
Right? Like I think there's an audience
All of them.
for all of them. There's an audience for every book, and
Absolute Flash debuted this year.
Absolute Flash did debut this
25,
year.
12.
And I think for a lot of people, like they're like most people, you could say that like each of the Absolute books like is someone's favorite, right? For the most part.
I think that's fair to say.
Because it's like obviously for some people, our Absolute Martian Manhunter is everything.
It's everything I've been looking for.
I think
in
people
comics.
like Flash and Green Lantern. But I think really comes down to like the big three that first debuted. I think more people are going to find Absolute Superman. I think
I disagree. I think that the big three is Wonder Woman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter.
I know. I
think that
hear
now,
you.
I think that if Superman had been quicker to pay off what it had paid off, we'd be having a different conversation.
Sure.
But I also think that Absolute Superman probably outsells Absolute Martian
probably.
Manhunter.
But I'm just saying, I think now, I think
critically,
2026 will be a better year
for
for
Superman.
People to enjoy Absolute Superman.
I hope so.
I hope.
I genuinely hope so.
Cut to like March, and I'm like, what the hell happened?
Cut to March, and Absolute Superman's canceled.
Right.
Like,
let's hope not. Let's hope not.
No, I don't think. No. I think the sales are great.
Here is we all know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
1,000%. It's Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because to me, Absolute Wonder Woman not only is literally everything I could possibly want from it's like coded to me. It's like almost from my own like DNA.
I've actually seen, I don't want to interrupt you, but I've seen chatter that is what I'm thinking internally, where they're like, should they just make this Wonder Woman?
Yeah, they should.
Like, should DC Universe movies
they should
just be Absolute
just grab her and just make that the thing.
I think that's right.
Just freaking do it.
Because I think like you're not going to. I think that it would be a wonderful challenge to make a better, more accurate version of Golden Age Wonder Woman for the silver screen. But I think you don't need to bother.
Just do the other one. It's fine.
I think because you have such a successful Patty Jenkins Wonder Woman movie, you don't need to do it again.
Yeah.
And if you want to turn heads, go Absolute with it.
I agree. In terms of Batman,
oh my God,
I know a lot of people love Absolute Batman.
Absolute Batman is the one to beat.
It's the one to beat, and you can't beat it. But I will say, I think everyone, even if you don't want to say it out loud, would agree that it is not always consistent.
Exactly. Absolute Wonder Woman has consistently delivered every single month.
And that's why even if it wasn't a coded thing, like literally, like it's very hard for me to separate how I'm just like, but
how
this
much
is
you love it.
But this is literally everything I wanted. But
yeah.
like the fact is that like it has been consistently like itself the same, authentically itself, consistently written, consistently produced, like just everything about it's been very consistent. And I feel like Batman occasionally has had like some ups and downs in terms of just overall people's reaction to an individual issue.
No,
that's my argument.
I think that's fair,
but that's my personal preference.
I think that Absolute Batman is one of those books where one could drop it because you're not going to influence its sales. It will be fine.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But you don't want to miss what's next. Like every time that I felt like I was going to fall off it, Scott came up with something else or delivered on something else that is so uniquely him, that is so consistently Scott, that is so expectantly him. Like every issue that I get from him, I'm like, well, that's Scott. That's what I've come to expect. And yet also it is challenging and surprising.
Yes.
Absolute Batman is just like, it's one of those books that like, I remember hearing the pitch and being like, this is going to work. Like if I could have bought stock, I would have.
Yes.
But there isn't a stock for it. All I could do was just pre-order the series, which I did. And by the way, I think the first issue is worth quite a bit of money now.
Yeah. Yes.
But but as far as Absolute goes, like the best Absolute book of 2025, I think a lot of people would argue is Absolute Batman, especially with the last couple of issues, with the debut of Absolute Joker, with the defeat of Absolute Bane. And I will say, I felt wonderfully triumphant with Batman in the defeat of Bane. It was really fun. But like you said, Absolute Wonder Woman, I think, just hits it out of the park.
It's a consistent, like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
continuity.
Yeah.
It's
It never loses momentum. Like,
Yes.
whereas when I saw like Absolute Bane Batman, you know, that like Fever Dream issue, I'm like, what a waste of an issue. Like, there's never been a wasted issue. There's
Right,
there ain't no
agree.
fat on this bone.
Right, but I do recognize that doesn't mean that Absolute Batman is bad,
Oh,
nor
no.
that it is like definitely doing something to help to reinvigorate comics with people who read maybe not comics.
Yes.
Like it is much more coded to someone who reads or watches anime, reads manga.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is the influence there.
Mhm.
You know, obviously, you know, Scott is like reinventing himself in a sense.
Yeah.
Has reinvented himself, pairing up with, you know, an artist he's really never worked with.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that, like, you know, he has children. I'm guessing their influence is being felt and
Big
in
time.
a positive way.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, not to take away from what that book is also just doing for the industry as a whole,
Mhm.
but for me, Absolute Wonder Woman is just like, oh, I love it.
And I would find it hard pressed to disagree. Let's see here. Oh, I'm on the wrong.
No, you
page.
do whatever you like.
Yeah,
There's so many options.
I know it's true. Best use of a character I didn't expect to care about.
Mm.
I hope people are keeping score on what these categories are called because I like to be able to keep using them.
Yeah.
But best use of a character I didn't expect to care about. I know exactly what yours is.
What is it?
It's Flash.
Yeah, I guess so. 'Cause I was thinking it was Ultimate Black Panther because, like, I didn't expect to like fall in love with that story as much as I did. But Flash was a rough sell for me, and I don't know why.
Flash was a rough sell for you that immediately caught you hook, line, and sinker.
Yes,
And yet was a rough sell for everyone
I know.
until it was basically canceled.
I know. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Apparently, if you write a Flash book for me, it means everyone will hate it.
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah. No, it's so true. Yeah.
What about Black Cat?
Black Cat I love.
Or sorry, not Black Cat. Black Canary.
Black Canary was definitely one of those books where I was like, I don't normally care about Black Canary. I couldn't really be bothered. But I did love that series and I did care about her struggle, so I was happy to get that.
I'm just going through our list here.
Exactly. Just looking at all the books we read.
Look at all these characters.
I know, there's so many. But I know exactly who it is.
Who?
It's Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman.
Okay. I could see that.
And it's funny because we had Tom on this channel only less than a week ago, so check out that episode. But we were talking about Trinity, and he dropped some interesting lore that I could definitely see and was like, oh, that is true. Because when Trinity first appears in, I think, a backup to his Wonder Woman series as like a fully formed character hanging out with like full adult Batman, Damian Wayne, and John Kent Superman, she had big Cora vibes, and not in a complimentary way. And I was like, "Oh no, we're doing this again." Because I know, all right. I don't want to hear it about Cora. Like, oh, but if you held in there, I don't want to hear it. But I was from season 1. I'm like, I do not like this character.
Yeah.
And you're working very hard to make me like this character, which only pushes me further away.
Yes.
And Trinity had big Cora vibes in first period. She's like, I'm the Wonder Woman now, and you got to deal with it. And I'm like, I do not like you. And it's gonna be hard to make that work. But the Trinity series, where you get to see Lizzie in different aspects of her life, so endearing, so fun,
Yes,
and also so inconsistent to that Wonder Woman or that Trinity character. And then King talking about how he's like, oh yeah, no, I changed her.
Wow.
Like I did not like what I was doing, and I changed it.
Wow.
And I was like, well, thank God.
Right. Good for him.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I did not expect to like that character.
Yeah.
And now I do.
And now you're like, I'm invested.
Yeah.
I have to know.
No, I don't really have to know, but
You
I
have
do.
to know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's see here. Can't believe I'm still reading it.
Yeah.
What's that?
What can't you believe you're still reading?
Can't believe I'm still reading.
That could go 2 different ways. I think that can go like, I can't believe this series got me and I'm loving every minute of it. Or
like, why am
I
still
can't
reading this
believe
book?
I'm still reading this book. I think that can go one of 2 ways. I'm going the more positive way. Can't believe I'm still reading it. It's Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I can't believe in 2026 and all through 2025
Yep.
and beyond, I have been keeping up with Moon Knight. I can't believe I'm still reading it.
Yeah, that's fair. I know. Fist of Khonshu's been a consistent ride the whole time.
The whole time. Everything Moon Knight has just been it for me. So maybe that's less about 2025. I mean, additionally I could say Absolute Superman.
Yeah.
I'm glad I am.
Oh yeah, totally.
But I can't
it's
believe
paid
I'm
off.
still
But
reading
Moon
it.
Knight is the book where you're like, I can't believe I was still reading it.
Yes.
But I can, because I think in 2024 you were enjoying it anyway. So it's like, but
yes.
it's just, can you believe that you've been reading Moon Knight for 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. There are more than a few books for me like that. Marvel Zombies Red Band. I can't believe I was reading that book. I can't believe I'm still reading it.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't like it, but it's just like, it's a hard sell for me to get me to read a Marvel Zombies book.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Amazing Spider-Man is a book I can't believe I'm still reading, where I'm like, oh my God, am I really still reading this book? And every so often I get something really interesting. I mean, the Pepe Larraz art alone is fantastic.
Yes.
Knowing what's going on in Spider-Man and being able to speak, intelligently about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, but like, I still can't believe I'm reading it. Like, it's such an easy book for me to quit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so
it's
easy
the most
to quit.
consistently quitted book for me.
Okay.
So that's another one. Absolute Martian Manhunter. I can't believe I'm still reading that.
Okay.
But there are a couple of them in here. I couldn't believe I was reading DC Sonic, but that was more for you. You're like, I can't believe you were reading. Like, when
that
for
is
you,
for
every
me.
time
That's
I was
like,
oh,
if
DC
it
Sonic.
was like, what can you believe? Like, what can you not believe that like Sal's still reading? That.
Yeah, it's so true.
What about that Batman Hattush?
Nah, no one's reading that. Certainly not me. I quit at issue 3.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
And I mean, like, look, they rebooted the Batman series. Like, the new volume of Batman is still going, and because of Hush Tua, like, they're still using the old numbering for the previous Batman series. Like, that book is so unnecessary, and it's so, like, I'm shocked they don't just go, oh yeah, no, this is actually happening in the Absolute Batman, in the All-Star Batman universe. Like, that's how bad it is.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Fair.
They should have just had Frank Miller read it. That would have been fun. There are a few of these. I'm trying to think of what the other one was. I know there was Predator versus the Marvel Universe or whatever. That was one I was like, oh my God. That one I did drop and then went back and was like, oh, it ended? So I had to read that again. Let's see here. Sorry. I don't want to keep dead air.
No,
but,
it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not fair because like I came up with these.
No, but I love
so
them.
I mostly had answers ready to go because like I was just fitting things to books that I had read.
I have a category I want to throw out there.
Please go for it.
The wait, what? It's a book where it came out and you missed it, but then you found out about it later and you had to pick it up. And then found out it was actually amazing. And that was, for me, Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell.
Okay.
Where I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, Charles Soule's Daredevil, not my favorite writer on Daredevil.
Right.
Completely crushes it with Steve McNiven's art.
Yes.
Unbelievable, great end of Daredevil book.
Okay.
It's just such an amazing series. And it's a series that I was like, I think there were 2 issues out when a colleague asked me, like, hey, what do you think of Daredevil Cold Day Now? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I went back and found them and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Yes.
It's such an amazing series. Might be the best book Marvel put out this year.
Okay.
Well,
what?
Last year.
What?
The year we're talking about.
Yes, 2025.
Yeah, Daredevil Cold Day in Hell was everything you like about a Marvel comic, everything you like about the initiatives and the ideas that Marvel has. Like, Marvel is the ones who go like, oh, let's do it the end. Let's do a last issue or last story for this character that we're never going to really end. And it worked. And I will tease this. I talked to Soul at a party at New York Comic Con, and I asked him, I said, what are DBs? There's this thing in the book where they're like, what are the DBs?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what about the DBs? Are the DBs? Da, da, da. And it's just using it colloquially, like within the universe and without any asterisk or editor's note.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are the DBs?
Yeah, what is it?
And he went, oh, I can't tell you.
What?
And perhaps I've said too much. So that made me delighted.
What? That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't tell you.
Oh, I can't tell you.
That's amazing. I don't know if I have one of those.
Right, a book that just came out of nowhere, and you were like, "What?"
I mean, there are books that came out of nowhere that I was like, I guess I'll read this.
Mhm.
But like nothing quite like that. But I love that. I feel
yeah.
like I got to get more
I
of those.
think it was the Event Horizon book
Yeah, I guess it did kind of come out of nowhere.
that came out of nowhere, and you were like, I read it, and I was like, "Hey, you should read this." And
Yeah,
you
I
were
guess
like,
that's it.
What?
There you go.
And then you kept reading it.
I did. I do. And
you
I
loved it.
love it. I do love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair. Very fair.
Oh, another book that came out of nowhere that I was like, I guess I'll read this. This is, I don't know what this is, but I read the Voyager series. I read all of Star Trek Voyager. It's 4 issues, but still. Okay. What is the best event adjacent story?
Right.
So not the event, but the story or comic that is related to it. Best tie-in, I guess, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So like, and I put event adjacent because sometimes they're a tie-in, sometimes they're not, but it has to do with the event. And obviously I had a book in mind that I think a lot of people forgot about, but I still loved it because the event, let me pitch the event. The event is One World Under Doom.
Yes.
The tie-in or the event adjacent story for me, Gods.
Ah, yes.
One World Under Doom. It was just a great return to that universe, written by someone else, still written well,
Still worked,
and like really great examination of Doom.
Yes.
Of that relationship, of like who he is, of dressing him down a little bit, just the whole thing.
Yep.
Loved it. For me, that was my favorite. Had a good time with it. Maybe didn't end up loving where the event itself went, but I liked that book quite a bit.
That's
I don't know. How about you?
There was a
I'm like trying to think of the events that happened this year.
Well, there was Imperial.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But I didn't really like any of those. There was there was like not an event necessarily, but it was a weird initiative from Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski, who was doing these team ups. And they all kind of blended together, like they all became part of the same kind of world.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be, but there was I guess there's a twofer there. For me, it was like Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16. That was a really fun one. That just was like Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and Mary, just eat me.
Okay.
But there was also Galactus, Ghost Rider versus Galactus.
Oh yeah.
Which was part of it.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell that whole JMS thing was.
Yeah.
I didn't read any other tie-ins or other installations. I know there was like, what was it, Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon and stuff like that.
Yes.
Didn't read any of that.
You put it in the list that you did.
It's just you read it.
I did.
You did.
Wow, I don't remember reading that.
I know.
Wow. Oh no. That's not good. I hate when I have that happen.
Well, you know what? That's not your fault. That's their fault.
I don't like that. I was gonna say, would you count Night Fight, or is that 2026?
Yeah, Night Fight counts. Night Fight debuts in 2025.
Okay.
So yeah,
Just
absolutely.
asking.
Night Fight.
Just saying, because it was in the chat. Someone
yeah,
mentioned
I
Night
did
Fight.
love Night Fight. So I think actually Night Fight supersedes Ghost Rider Galactus.
Ghost Rider just got unseated
because it's Dan Mora art. But,
sure.
Williamson was doing a great job.
Sure.
Although I will say his Superman was also fantastic in its tie-in to DCKO. Like his Superman book has been consistently great. Again, Dan Mora, but also it's just been fun. I haven't read Superman this consistently since he died.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, we did the payoff.
Yeah, I wish there was a better way for me to mark these that we had done them.
Yeah. Oh, most trust required from the reader.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Now, describe what the hell that category means.
I think that means trust the process. Trust the process, which could be just as much as the long payoff. But I said, for me, it was Imperial.
Yeah.
I think Imperial was the most like, just you're gonna have to trust. You're gonna have to trust me. You're gonna like.
That's funny because I feel like Absolute Superman is very much that book.
I do too, but I think that's long payoff.
Yeah, that's long. It's certainly more deserved of the long payoff
because that wasn't like a payoff for Imperial. It was just like, just trust me. Here we go. Just take my hand.
Yeah. Then my nomination for that is Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because it went hard, and then it didn't. Like clearly Hickman was like, the thing where like people do things because they assume you're psychic. Yeah, that's Hickman, where he's like, well, obviously they're going to keep doing this book, so like I can just take my time and dick around.
Right.
And they're like, oh no, the whole thing is canceled. We're going to blow up the whole universe. It's all over. He's like, oh, that's stupid.
Why would you do that?
That was a really stupid thing for you to do.
Why would that happen?
Then I was just dicking around for 15 issues.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Arguably. But that's one of those things where it's like, you got to trust the process. Like, does it work? But like Hickman was just, I think that it will pay off. But that's one of those things where it's like Ultimate Spider-Man turned out to be most trust required from the reader.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just trust Hickman.
Okay.
And hope he delivers.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've been burned before. Krakoa, for example.
I think if we're talking about Hickman just in general, since you kind of dovetailed us there, we did a best absolute.
Yes.
What's your best ultimate?
The best ultimate series that I read of 2025. I think it still has to be Ultimate Spider-Man. And I know that the audience will completely disagree with me. They all believe it's Ultimates. And they're welcome to have that opinion.
But that's your opinion.
Right? And
they can't. Well, here's the thing. You can disagree. You can have your own opinion.
I mean, knock yourselves out. They're going to anyway. But like,
it's our opinion.
But I didn't read Ultimate Black Panther. I want to say that it's great.
It is.
And I know the art's fantastic. I can see that from afar.
It is fantastic.
But outside of the Ultimate books that I did end up reading, like I read Ultimates. I read Ultimate, the horrible Incursion book, Ultimate Spider-Man. I read Ultimate X-Men a little bit.
Well, Wolverine.
Oh, and Ultimate Wolverine. And I read the majority of Ultimate Wolverine. And
you didn't read Ultimate X-Men, did you?
I read some of it. I read the first few issues.
Did you really?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
But
that I'm talking just 2025.
Yeah, in 2025,
I'm just saying, look back
the
at
Ultimate books that
2025.
I read were Ultimates, Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Spider-Man, and the Ultimate Incursion series. And so it's got to be Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's nothing that happened in Ultimate Wolverine that beats a great conversation that happens in Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's very fair. No, I get that. I'm torn because of just the tightness of
Black Panther.
of what Ultimate Spider-Man is.
Oh yeah.
There is just something that it is so, even if you're like, but I want to see Spider-Man,
yeah.
What is on the page though?
Right?
It's not, the issue isn't that it's bad, it's that you're like, oh, but I want to see this caliber applied to this other thing, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
So it's that's what the problem is really, that it's just so well done. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my struggle is obviously I feel like Ultimate X-Men is a spectacular book and is taking the biggest swings. So do I award my favorite Ultimate book to the book to me that took the biggest swings in the Ultimate Universe, especially this year? Or do I give it to the book that has remained consistent since the start and has not lost its step as it's nearing its end at just being I am doing my story.
Yes.
And so I hate to say it, I do want to give it to Ultimate X-Men, but I think I am going to stick with consistency. I talked about it before with Absolute Wonder Woman. That's why I gave it to Absolute Wonder Woman. So I think I had to go Ultimate Black Panther.
That's nice.
I think that book has just been a juggernaut in terms of here is this huge story. It is unapologetically about Black Panther.
Yeah.
I just loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I forgot. You do have a book where you went, wait, what?
Oh,
your Cold Day in Hell is Hell Hunters.
Yeah, okay, yes, but that really didn't come out in 2025.
No, but it did end in 2025, and you didn't know it existed in 2024.
It did. Yeah, no, I did. I picked it up, I think one or so issues late.
I thought you picked it up. Yeah, I thought you were late to
I
it.
was one maybe.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know much about it, but I that book was so good, and I still say that if you're looking for a fun World War II supernatural book that also has randomly Wolverine and a Ghost Rider in it, check that out.
Yeah.
It's such a good book. So much fun. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Right?
Yes. 1,000%.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we were talking about Christian Ward.
Yeah.
And, obviously he's not just a writer, he's also an artist.
Yeah.
You saw that post that I found from Instagram where he was like, so I drew some cool shit for Batman and it got me City of Madness.
Yes.
So here's my Doctor Strange.
Yes, I saw it. Yes. Yes.
I was like, listen, man, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but there's a world of difference between asking DC for a dope book and asking Marvel to make a dope book.
Right.
And DC's like, oh, but I love money. And Marvel's like, what?
What do they like? I'm sorry.
Like, what? I don't know. Oh, man. Marvel is you know what Marvel is? Marvel's like that friend you have that was in the gifted program in like middle school.
Uh-huh.
Was like told they're going to be amazing, and so they just coasted for the next like 25 years.
Uh-huh.
And then realized at some point that they've been crashing on your couch for the last 10 years. And you're like, hey,
Uh-huh.
I need you to get a job. And it's like, what? But I'm a genius. And it's like, okay, but like, you don't have a bachelor's degree. Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, okay, fair.
So, you know, get off the couch.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Which Marvel character and which DC character, so I want one from each,
Yeah, sure.
do you think had the best 2025
Oh, man. I mean, Batman had the best 2025.
for DC?
Yeah, DC, Batman stole it. Dark Patterns, Absolute,
Yeah.
and Matt Fraction's
And we're
Batman.
talking across the board. Like it can't just be like, I can't be like Absolute Wonder Woman. No, it
No.
has to be the character, like
Batman.
the whole.
Batman had the most successful year in decades. Again, Absolute Batman, the Matt Fraction Batman run, the crossover Batman Deadpool.
But like, how many points does Fatouche take away?
Oh man, like at least 5, but like it doesn't matter because if you look at the top 10 best-selling books from DC of the year,
Yeah.
they're all Batman.
Yeah. Okay.
And while that's always the case, rarely has there also been such a consistent output of quality. Like in 2025, that Rodney Barnes Batman Werewolf book also ended.
Yes, I know.
So it's like that also came out.
I know.
But also Dark Patterns happened. Like you got Dark Patterns, you got Absolute, you got Fraction Bat or Baction.
Yeah.
Like you got and the crossovers.
Yes.
Such great consistent stuff. Like if you were to tell me, hey, in 2025, Grant Morrison, Matt Fraction, Scott Snyder, Rodney Barnes, like they're all gonna write Batman. Oh, and Dan Waters. Like, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Just pre-order them for me. Just get them in my pull box.
Okay. Now, I have to agree with you that it would probably have to be Batman. I can't really make an argument, I don't think, for Wonder Woman because again, it has to be across the board.
Yeah, no.
Right.
And that Wonder Woman book is unfortunately not great.
I haven't really been reading it, so I can't even
You're
speak
fine.
to that. I had a thought that for a best use of a character I didn't expect to care about.
Mhm.
Didn't start this year, but I could have also said question
Yeah.
all on the Watchtower. Didn't expect to actually
I
care
know,
about that
yeah, that was
book,
a good
but I
one.
like that book. But you know, and I liked Spurrier's Flash
Mm-hmm.
and his Absolute Flash
And Absolute
book.
Flash.
But I will say, I think I agree with you that across the board, I mean, it's easy to say Batman, but like you could say Batman any year.
every year you could say
every
Batman.
year you could say,
but this year is a particular. Everyone, this year we're all on the same page.
I think so for sure. I think for me, it's the crossovers that kind of push it over the top.
edge. There's also an argument can be made for Superman.
Yes.
Superman had a movie that came out.
Had a movie.
He had a consistently great title, multiple titles, Action Comics. Gail Simone wrote Superman for a minute. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of great Superman that came out in 2025.
Agreed.
And Batman beat it handily.
But we're not looking at just numbers. Like we're talking about our personal opinions.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I agree that I just think Batman had a better year. I think this was a good year for Batman and Batman fans,
right,
across the board.
It got more gas in the tank for Batman
I-
because Batman always just kind of like
just coasting.
he pulls the cart.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
every so often Batman needs to remind you why he's the lead car.
Yeah.
This year did that.
Yeah.
Um,
What would you say for DC though?
for DC or for Marvel,
Marvel, geez.
like who had the best year at Marvel?
Yeah, which character do you think had the best year?
That's impossible to say because Marvel doesn't have a Batman.
But it's your opinion.
I know. It ain't Spider-Man.
I'm gonna go with Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I think Moon Knight had a great year.
Well, but Moon Knight just consistently had a great year because he had a great creative team that give a crap about the character.
But like that for me, it's like Moon Knight has been, again, it's consistency.
Yeah.
It's consistency across the board. Unfortunately, he doesn't have an ultimate book. I mean, he did kind of because Khonshu is represented in Black Panther.
The Black Panther series.
But
I think
I do think that Moon Knight definitely had a very consistent year, and I think he had a good year. I liked the arcs that we went through. I liked just not only like yes, I know we keep doing a lot of number ones. I know for a lot of people that like bothers them, and I get that 100% because it becomes confusing on how do you read them, what order you do read them.
I have an answer.
But I still really like the books. You
Yeah.
said you go unfortunately?
Yeah. It's the Predator. He's a Marvel character. The Predator had the biggest year.
I didn't say biggest. I said best.
Yeah, his best year. I mean, like, certainly it's been a long time. He had a fantastic animated movie. He had a live action movie. He has a crossover with Spider-Man. He killed the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
He had a beautiful black and white and blood book, which was a great series. arguably the best Predator showing was the Black and White and Blood book, which I should point out was great.
Yeah.
And also written by Joe Kelly. Well, the main story was, and it was worth the price of admission. You get a bunch of other backup stories, but which are fun, consistently fun. The backups for the Black, White, and Blood book were good.
Yeah.
But I think Predator is the standout Marvel character right now.
Wow.
I mean, it ain't Hulk.
Some people said it was Hulk for them.
Yeah, because he had one good book that they read. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I mean, he was really good in Imperial too.
Yes.
Imperial was quite good.
Right? But it's like it's
Hulk family showing up, having fun, doing their thing.
Right?
For certain.
But it's not like Wolverine or Captain America.
Okay.
Captain America got a new series in 2025. Captain America fought the alien xenomorph in 2025.
Okay.
The main book is not great.
Okay.
Or it needs to get to where it's going. But the jury's out. That's not one of those books. It doesn't work. It doesn't count on the these other books where I'm like, oh, it's paying off. We'll see.
Yeah, that's fair. How about this one? Now we're gonna do kind of two versions of this.
Yeah.
Series from 2025.
Yes.
That everyone probably forgot about. Now,
besides Hellhunters?
I was gonna say, now to be fair, I'm going to probably do some indie stuff, but that's very different because if you're an indie reader, you're aware of it. And if you're not an indie reader, why would you? I totally get that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But let's talk about big two first.
Okay.
So what's a series that you think everyone probably forgot about?
Namor.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, you forgot about it. You read the damn thing.
No. I was thinking like of series that kind of like, I don't know.
It came and went?
Yeah, it came and went. I've got one that's worse than that, in my opinion, that I think more people forgot about.
Okay.
Green Lantern Dark.
Yeah.
What a great series.
It was. I have another Jason Aaron book. Batman Off-World ended in 2025.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, but most of that did not come out in 2025.
But it did end, and nobody remembered.
Most of that does not. No. I see. I always struggle with that.
Based on how back issues did, I don't think anybody was aware of that book. But yeah, no, you're right.
I feel like that. And then, of course, if we're talking in terms of like independent comics, Jason Aaron had another one.
Yes. Bug Wars.
Bug Wars kind of went in that, like, I can't believe I'm still reading this. Like,
yeah, you were reading that to your surprise every time it came out.
Like, why? I don't know.
But you enjoyed it.
For sure. And I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think this is necessarily true. But every chance I can talk about power fantasy, I'm gonna talk about power fantasy.
No, yeah, absolutely. People forgot about power fantasy, or they were never aware of it in the first place.
Yeah, get on the power fantasy train, please. Every time, let's just go. Let's do it.
I think there were a few people who were talking about Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring.
Yes.
Which I think is too bad, but also I think it's doing fine. But like, that was, but when it first came out, like that first run, they were like, "What?" And then they're like, "Here's a sequel," and it's each panel painted. It's fun. It's a really good book.
I have to give credit to chat for this. Going back to the who had the best year character wise at Marvel, Jeff.
Oh yeah. Jeff was in a high profile Batman Deadpool crossover. Jeff had 2 reprintings of series. Yeah.
Plus, he had several reprintings of series that were digital, and is also like in a, is a well loved and played character in a fan favorite video game.
If we had like an endless budget, like if we had like 10 million subscribers or even 1 million subscribers, I would have Tenchi draw each category and the winners of their category, where it's like Predator and Jeff, like
and Batman
just being like, we did it, but each category, because we have these ridiculous off the wall categories that no one else is going to be able to. If you see your favorite comic book podcast or channel do this now, you'll know where they got the idea. But like, I love the idea of all these categories being like, what? Like best hat in a comic book, like basically where we
probably
are.
Jeff, no,
yeah, probably.
But yeah, for like a series that people forgot about, there's so many independent works out there. Recommend you go check them out, but start with Power Fantasy.
And another one, Wolverine Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, it ended in 2025.
Yes,
we did it on back issues, and it's funny. This is we don't have a category for this, but it's like the I didn't like it until I did it on back issues category, and that was Wolverine Revenge, where I'm like, oh, the I'm dumb award, because and that's just for me. Because Wolverine Revenge was one of those books where it's like, oh my God, Hickman and Capullo drawing a red band Wolverine book about like the end of Wolverine. Yes, let's go. And then I was like, wow, this was deeply disappointing.
You weren't a fan.
Ultimately unfulfilling.
You did not like it.
And it's like, yeah, that's what Revenge is. Like the whole book, it was just an exercise that Hickman was doing where he's like, no, revenge is unfulfilling like this comic book. And I'm like, that is so you. Like no one else can get away with that. Like, you know how much this book cost? He's like, yeah, but like there were cool moments in it drawn by Capullo. And it's like, yeah, what? But but it was about how unfulfilling revenge is.
Yes.
And it was clearly written to be disappointing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not saying that in a like, no, clearly this person has given up on life. No, Hickman is a genius in how he did that, how he tricked the reader into getting hyped for a concept that is ultimately hollow.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
Okay.
And no one talked about it. So yeah.
Do you have any other categories, or at this point do you want to just give some shout outs to some books that maybe we didn't have a category for this time around, because we're trying something new?
Yeah.
And if you like this, I'd love to do this again, like make up more fun categories based on the stuff that we read like this coming year, maybe retread some of them for next time around. Is there anything that you wanted to give a shout out to?
Yeah, absolutely. Marewa Ayodele's Storm series was the book that I knew. It's the category of Rob would have loved this book if he knew it existed. And when he found out about it, he never stopped talking about it.
Yep.
I was like, oh, look at that. Storm's talking to eternity and living tribunal. And, like, she's become the emissary of the universe and like all this stuff. It's like, this is it. It's the most Marvel comic coming from Marvel, and no one's reading it. Storm, one of the best X-Men books. Oh, shout out especially to Jeffrey Thorne's X-Force
I was
series.
just going to say, ended this year, great book. I think unsung hero of the X world.
Yep. Last Torch for Krakoa.
Last Torch for Krakoa. Loved it. By the way, though, like if you do miss Krakoa, that was a great thing, because like I kind of stopped playing Rivals, even though they've added two of my favorite characters, but I did stop playing Rivals. But before that, when they tossed in like all the Krakoa stuff, I was just like, it just made me feel good, where I'm just like, hooray. Like it is a like part of X-Men history. Exactly. Like in perpetuity.
Is there a skin that they could add to Marvel Rivals that would be a quiet... What was that that old sitcom where the actor would tug on her ear to say goodnight to her mom?
Oh,
was it the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
No.
Or was it Maude? I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
Well, in any case, what could be the ear tug from Marvel Rivals to let us know that they're watching the show by adding this skin?
They're not watching this show.
But if they were, how could they tell you that they are watching the show?
So I don't even care about this. I just think that they should do this if they haven't already talked about it. If you're playing Rivals and you already know if this is in conversation that it should happen, let me know, because I'd love to see this. I didn't play this character, but if they don't plan on putting Beta Ray Bill in the game, just make him
a Thor skin.
Like, just have it be, and here's Bill, and he can have like a different voice or whatever. Like, I don't care. I think that would be amazing. I think Beta Ray Bill should be in Marvel Rivals. And I think he's too close to Thor to make it a totally different character.
Yeah.
So come on.
Because if Thor's a tank, then like, so would Bill.
Yeah. It's Carol Burnett, according to the chat.
Carol Burnett. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So
if Bill shows up in the next 3 months...
But they have plans. They might already have plans.
Bill was an immediately unlocked character in Cosmic Invasion.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
someone likes Bill out there.
Yeah.
By the way, Argent Star, the Daniel Warren Johnson series, is out of print again after they reprinted it into its own non-King in Black related trade paperback. Close but no cigar, Marvel. Oversized edition, I want to see in 2026.
Sure, yes.
Did you see this? If they can make a full-sized tombstone edition of the death of Superman, because that's what it is. You can get a big tombstone of Superman's grave that houses the absolute edition of Death of Superman. I've almost bought it, but I didn't do it. Then they can make an artist edition of Beta Ray Bill. Now, obviously, DC is a book publisher, and Marvel doesn't know what it does. But like, make a big book. They have a big book of that Fall Sunrise Doctor Strange book. You can make a big book of Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
The big book of Bill.
In fact, save yourself some money. Put Simonson and Johnson's bills together in called the Big Book of Bill. and it'll just be a big book, and it's an artist edition that has like all their beautiful, because I want to look at big, like I talk about this every third episode. I have a big book of Walt Simonson's Alien comic book adaptation from Archie Goodwin. Simonson's work is always worth looking at 10 times bigger.
Agreed.
So is Daniel Warren Johnson's.
Agreed.
As far as shout outs go,
Yeah.
I think these are books that we didn't mention on the show.
Sure, but you liked
But
enough
I liked
to
enough
say
to reference them.
Okay, go for it.
Resurrection Man Quantum Karma was
Okay.
a good book that I never picked up after the first issue.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I want to give a shout out to another IDW book, Twilight Zone. Fun,
Yes.
just like individual issue, sort of like episodic horror. It's less horror than whatchamacallit?
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon. But it's still great.
Yeah. Another apropos of RDW glazing, we should also mention the like Kaisei era from Godzilla. They came out with all these different books.
Well, if you were gonna say like out of like other like characters in like a non-big two situation, I would have to say that Godzilla or the Turtles had like the best years.
Yeah.
I don't know between those two. Like
it's tough. I would say that Godzilla probably had a bigger year than Turtles.
I feel like Godzilla fans ate well in 2025.
Big time. Godzilla teamed up with or fought against key Marvel characters, plus the Marvel Universe and the Ninja Turtles and
DC,
the Justice League.
Yes,
again as a sequel to that series.
Yeah, I feel like Godzilla fans definitely ate well in 2025.
You also got Escape from the Dead Zone. You got the main book. You got Starship Godzilla. Like there are a ton of Godzilla books that came out this year. Godzilla had a big year. Spider-Man 94 saw the return of J.M. DeMatteis killing Kraven again.
Yes,
for the fourth time.
Yes.
Terrible art, but fantastic writing, really fun, ridiculous, really pissed off Semper because he's the showrunner of the original show, was not asked to return, was given no consultation. Don't care. I love J.M. DeMatteis, so I'm happy to see him writing Spider-Man. Give him a main series.
Okay.
Like, Marvel, this is the Marvel Shame Squad episode. You put out some good books this year, I'm sorry. But, like, just resurrect Spectacular and give it to JMD.
Yeah.
Or JMS.
That's fair.
And just let them alternate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or Web of, that's JMD. Spectacular, or Spectacular should be JMD because Spectacular was essentially JMD's book. So yeah, give JMS Web of or something.
That's fair. I will say you were totally right. I didn't really get a chance to talk about Hellhunters all that much, but the second issue came out at the end of January, so the bulk of Hellhunters did come out
in
2025. And like I was always joyous when reading that book. It was just like over the top fun, just a good time. Like silly-ish, supernatural, got that World War II stuff going on, the vibes.
I would like to see that on the show, on our show. I'd like to see that.
I don't think that's going to do well.
No, probably not. Court, Children of the Round Table.
You keep talking about this book. I swear to God, you've read like one issue of it.
I have. I read the first issue.
So why do you keep talking about it?
Because I think it's a good book. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. I'm glad it's like a DC all ages book that looks like it's in its own universe. Like it's really fun.
Okay.
And I read it.
Okay.
Shout out to Court, Children of the Round Table. Also similar shout out to Skinbreaker, a book where I'm like, it's like.
That's like your Bug Wars.
It's so visually impressive. It's so visually striking. It's clearly David Finch's magnum opus.
Okay.
And it is 100% Kirkman and Finch's Avatar. But when I say that, I mean you're going to go and watch it with the 3D glasses and go, wow, and then never watch it ever again. Skinbreaker is so visually stunning. And on the third issue, you're going to go, wow. This forest looks so beautiful.
Right.
What happened?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, two orange guys punched each other again.
Okay.
Like it's a rock simple premise.
Yes.
I'm not even giving it any negativity. I'm just saying it is a rock simple premise with beautiful vistas and incredible like line work from Finch.
Yes.
I understand when nobody's talking about it.
Yes. Okay.
But like, not every book needs to be a genre shifting, zeitgeist tilting megaopolis. No pun intended, referencing megaopolis. Congrats to the Absolute Universe doing Absolute Evil. The Absolute Batman Annual
Yeah.
proved that Absolute Batman has legs outside of Snyder or Darrington.
Yeah. Darrington? Oh,
I mean Dragata.
Dragata. I was like,
The 2025 was the year of where the hell is Nick Darrington? Why wasn't he put on a book?
good question.
If he was, sorry, that's the asterisk.
Yes, that's fair.
Amazing Spider-Man Torn saw saw Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski return to Spider-Man again outside of the Sinister 16 book
Mm-hmm.
on a regular series.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a step.
I guess I could have had a category of books I absolutely should have read
Yes.
and kept buying and haven't read yet.
Yeah, I know those.
The Tin Can Society.
Naturally. Yes.
Like 1,000%.
We had a meeting with Image and they were like, hey, are you guys reading Tin Can Society? I'm like, yes.
I have
Theoretically, I could say that that's true.
I have them. I've bought them.
You like
I'm so far
what you
behind.
read. Yeah.
The art on that book is spectacular.
I know.
Mobili is just like
Yeah. Oh, and best non-Big Two franchise book.
Terminator.
I don't know about that.
At least the backup.
Thank you. Is Star Trek: The Last Starship?
That's for you.
For me.
Okay, fair. I already said what mine was.
Yeah, that's very kind. Thank you. I already promoted my own Terminator book. I don't need to be
Well, I did it too.
that self-serving.
Well,
did we do all the categories?
I think we did all the categories that we kind of came up with, that I came up with.
Yeah.
Just trying to highlight some of the books. I mean, because it's so hard to say, like, who was the best writer? Who was the best artist? Because it's
In
like
what capacity? Like indie, Marvel, DC, like, non-indie but still licensed comics.
right, like a horror, action, like how do you quantify that? And if you can, and you have a favorite writer from 2025, that's fine. Let us know
in the comments down
Let
below.
us know who yours was. But I think that, like, I feel like 2025 was like, for some people, like kind of a mixed bag in comics. But when I look back at my library, like regardless of even if it's just like a fraction of some of the books that came out, the books that I read brought me joy this year and sorrow. Looking at you, Crypto.
Yeah.
But like we saw Die return.
Yes.
Like
the end of Helen of Windhorn.
Helen of Windhorn ended. Like it's just been like, I thought it was a really fun year.
Yeah.
And it's when you're living through it, right? And we're like,
it's easy to dismiss.
Oh gosh, like I can't believe this is happening in Ultimate, or I can't believe they're doing this. But then when you look back, it's a little easier to see like the whole picture.
Yes.
And to be like, but I did have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like I did enjoy myself, and I did like find joy in new books, in old like classic favorites, in books I know that are gonna end. And instead of just reading it angrily or like, meta reading it, I'm trying to just read them.
Yes.
Like as though I didn't know it were going to end, and
Exactly.
just to go on that journey, because I can only go on that journey for the first time once.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I had a good year. I feel like, like I said before, like, Godzilla fans ate well. I feel like I ate well this year.
Yeah.
I feel like I had some really good stories to lean in on, and even an opportunity to like, we did the Halloween episode on a book that it was just like I kept meaning to read it. Like I had read part of it and I hadn't read all of it, and I went back and I read all of it, and immediately it was like, that's it. This is the episode we're doing. I'm so in love with this book. We have to do it, right? Like doing City of Madness, reading that. It was between that and Batman Full Moon. Honestly, it was gonna be a Batman book.
Yeah, but they were so great, and they were so relevant to the topic at hand.
Yes.
I was looking forward to. I was hoping you were going to do the werewolf book, but if we had our druthers, we would have done more. Like it would have been the whole month.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll shoot a couple of like in August.
We need to do it. No, not in August. It needs to be like the end of July, beginning of August. That's what it has to be for me.
We'll just record like 4 Halloween episodes in a row, in addition to the regular episodes.
Oh my God, there's no way
we could do that.
Okay.
You have the books all ready to go.
That's true.
You're all gonna be Batman.
That's true. But I mean, like I there's so many artists this year that I either like just really got to know them a little bit more, so, or just like sometimes when I look at books, like, or for years, I'm like, I notice that it's like they're like the artists that I'm following or enjoying are very similar. And this year I felt like it was just all over the place. And I loved it. Like I loved like reading New Gods and like Kegel's art, who I was not super familiar with, and just getting to know their style. And then of course like Peach Momoko, I'm very familiar with her style. But
doing something actually maybe a little more authentic.
Yeah, very much so. And again, like even the Crypto was super sad, like great art. Jeff's work is like, it's cutesy and fun and totally different. And is it the same at all as like, is it in the same ballpark as a Kegel? No, it's just different. Like same with like,
not that it's like one has a better skill set than the other. It's just a completely different animal.
Exactly. And like same with Campbell and Wingard. It just was like, it's just a great year. It was a great year. It's a great year. And Tristan Jones, like bringing like something that like I couldn't imagine for an Event Horizon arts, like artistically speaking.
I agree.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Are there any books that you want to make sure people are aware of where you're like, hey,
Power Fantasy?
Pick up Power Fantasy. There are how many? There are like at least 4 trades, I think, of Power Fantasy.
The first one is going to be very affordable. They always make the first one very affordable for you. But Power Fantasy through and through. Please go check it out. If you're a fan of superhero comics, you might enjoy this.
If you loved Krakoa.
The
latter half.
Yes, for sure. Or if you liked the idea of Watchmen.
Yes. Right. But maybe it was a little too grim.
Yes.
Or too 80s.
Perhaps that.
Yeah.
Check out Power Fantasy. I can't speak highly enough about it. Yep. I literally can't. Right. I don't know how else to do it.
I know.
How about you?
Dark Patterns was an amazing book that I loved every single time.
Could you pick a book of 2025?
Yeah,
for you.
I mean, it might be Dark Patterns just because of how often I promoted it.
Right.
Like, Cold Day in Hell was amazing, and it was just a dark horse that came out of nowhere.
All right, instead of just picking one, because I feel like that's impossible, can you pick a Marvel, a DC, and
I mean, Marvel is Cold Day in Hell.
Okay.
DC, I'm gonna go with Dark Patterns, and
sure.
I'm gonna go with probably Last Starship. I think I just really enjoyed it.
Okay.
But yeah. That's what I'll say for now. Although I will also shout out Ninja Turtles. They took a big swing. Jason Aaron tried something interesting and different with Ninja Turtles with Juan Ferreira's art. It was a odd pairing and really worked, I think, on multiple levels.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that pairing on Absolute Superman from now on.
Yeah.
See how that goes. But with Gene Luen Yang and Freddie E. Williams II on the new Ninja Turtles, I think we'll see something really fun and exciting. I think that Yang does a great job. I think Yang, as you've pointed out, thanks to your exposure to their work, you made me go like, stood up and take notice. Consistent, great art, great writer. He did Superman Smashes the Klan. That's where he's if you like Superman Smashes the Klan, read his Ninja Turtles book. But I think,
or if you read Shang-Chi with me and the 6 other people who
then read that. But he doesn't have the same cachet that like a Snyder has,
sure.
But has an undeniable quality to his work that delivers and gives you not just consistent character work, but also a fine story. And I think that his Ninja Turtles will do that as well. So I hope people enjoy that. But that's just a shout out for that.
That's fair. Okay, so if I had to pick,
Marvel, DC, and Image, and Indie.
Independent, I think we all know. I just said it. It was Power Fantasy, easily. I think a lot of really strong books came out this year, but that was like, it's my favorite. Marvel and DC, I find to be very difficult to pick, because it's like, do I pick something that's like long standing and something I've been enjoying, for quite a while now, like a Moon Knight or even a Black Panther,
right?
Because like obviously like with Black Panther, like we're like at issue like 23, 24, but this is like,
it's over.
It's not new to 2025.
No, it's true.
Right. And so like, if I'm going to go by that, which I'm making up my own rules literally as I go right now.
Yes.
Which doesn't fit for Power Fantasy, but we're going with that one anyway. I would have to say that my Marvel book might be Imperial. I had that book had no right to pull me in the way that it did, because like I don't normally pay attention to Marvel Cosmic.
Yes.
Like I don't care that much.
And
like Hickman just pulled me right on in there, and I really had a good time with it. Like I really thought that was like well done. Now, whether or not anything that spun out of it, matters or anyone cares about, that's a totally
or,
different
or
argument.
got you to read that, you know,
But,
like you read a little of Nova, you know, but otherwise,
yeah, and I've read Planet She-Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, but like I really thought Imperial was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was tight.
it was good.
Supposedly should matter. I don't know. And then from DC, I mean, like, again, do I go with Absolute Wonder Woman just because I think it's an amazing book? Do I go with Green Lantern Dark because like it
Because
ended?
no one read it.
Because no one read it and I really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Or do I just go with New Gods because like it really went for it?
Yeah, and there was nothing like it.
Yeah, literally nothing like it. So I think I'm gonna have to go with New Gods.
That's fair. That's fair. So, with that in mind, you know, if we left out a category, let us know in the comments down below. But be sure to jump into our super chats because a book of the week is out of the question.
Oh well, yeah. You want me to jump into them right now? Is that what you're telling me?
I guess so.
Well, I'm here.
Great.
Look, I did it.
You did it.
I was more ready than you might have anticipated.
That's true. Click
And
on starred.
I'm doing that. I couldn't find the cursor.
I see. All right.
Oh, Davy 900. I'll read them.
Sure.
I got it. There we go. Davy 900 says, by the numbers, Sal's book of the year is Dark Patterns. Cold Day in Hell is the best miniseries. Power Fantasy and Absolute Wonder Woman tied for Tiffany. Assorted crisis events in my top 5, along with Absolute Martian Manhunter. That was at the top of the show. That was their guest at the top of the show.
Nice.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close, but we didn't actually do categories quite the way you thought.
Exactly.
And then, oh, sorry, that was not the super chat I put up, but that was the super chat that we just did.
I see.
And here is the one that I should have said. Congrats, Sal, on Terminator trade paperback officially coming out. I bought 2 with 1 for my younger brother. It's awesome that the backup is all together now.
I love that. I look forward to seeing it. I understand that my copy that I purchased from In Stock Trades will be here.
That's
in
fantastic.
weeks, but maybe Dynamite will ship me a copy as well.
Love it. Nacro 2005. ComicPop, woo! Best book has to be Absolute Wonder Woman. Thank you for feeding my comic addiction. I agree.
Anytime.
And if I hadn't made up my own rules right at the last second,
we would have maybe gone with that.
Oh, I would have gone with that. That's
Absolute Wonder Woman's tough. Like, do you just say that every year that the book's out?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why not? Jason Bragg says, ComicPop, woo! I love everything you do. Love Tenchi's art pieces of you all.
Oh, yeah.
Doubled with my need for merch makes me think you should release maybe a hoodie or shirt of one of their designs of the gang.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. That I'd have to figure out like how that works.
Yeah, we got to figure out like profit split and not like, because you want the artist to get
their credit
and
their reward.
and their due for sure.
Exactly.
Arduit says, ComicPop, woo! DWJ and Brody King, AEW, partnered with Headlock Comics to put out an anti-ice book about Brody, with all profits going to MIRAC to help families in Minnesota affected by ice.
Wow.
I don't know why, like when people shorten words, it's not your fault.
Like,
I get it.
what?
My brain just falls apart.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I get it because you want to keep it concise and you want to keep it within the character limit that you have. So I'm glad that you did. But if you ever hear me like slowing down, it's because my brain wants to make it a word when it is not. And I
always make it into words.
Can't handle it. But
Marvel
that's awesome.
Is all because
Daniel Warren Johnson is just such like a amazing human being who also is super talented.
Yes.
And like also just so like passionate about things, but also like, hey guys,
so mild mannered. Yeah, I when we were
going?
talking about the Beta Ray Bill thing off mic, I was like, oh, Daniel Warren Johnson should voice Bill if they add him to Marvel Rivals. So he'd be huge. He's like, hey, what's up?
How are things going?
Yeah, man.
You guys good?
Yeah.
TBG Hydrogen says, recently read Null, and I genuinely think Ewing despises what Cates did to Hulk post Immortal.
Yeah.
Also explains some of the treatment of Venom/Thor too.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's not how that works, by the way, Ewing. Like, you're part of a big world. You don't own any of it.
Fair. Arduit back to say even Cagle for New Gods, or Evan Cagle for New Gods, and RK for Resurrection Man, and Hayden Sherman for Dark Patterns were definitely highlight art of the year for me.
Yeah, we didn't mention Hayden Sherman, and just like
I can't
what
believe
unsung
that.
hero they were. Sherman really delivered this year. You know, not just with Absolute Wonder Woman, but also, of course, with Dark Patterns, and did a number of other books. There was that great, Batman crossover with Absolute Wonder Woman, but like Sherman did a bunch of other work as well. I think Sherman did some stuff with the other history, with the new history of the DC universe. And you just saw their work all over the place. They really delivered.
I wanted to. When did that In Between Two Tigers book come out. Listen, what else am I supposed to call it?
I think it came out at the beginning of the year.
Did the Two Tigers come out in the beginning of the year?
I think so, because that artist was unfreaking
and that's why I
believable.
was like, I need to find out who that was, and I can't. Like, my library is showing bizarrely. Like, none of the books are in order.
No, that makes sense.
Why would that be?
I don't know.
Why?
Probably Ab 7. No, 8.
I don't know.
Think of the arcs. It was probably like
It was either 6 or it was probably 6 or 7. I know what I just said, everybody. It was.
Yep.
I'm correct. And that's the best thing. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Matea De Luise.
Yeah, but I don't know if that came out this year.
It came out. Oh, here we go. I'll just look it up.
Yeah, because like I was like, we should have definitely
March
of this year. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like all of like everything I said is incorrect now when it comes to like art that made you stop.
Yeah.
Campbell and
De Luise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, did not do my homework on that one. Mad at myself. Sean Technomizer Conwell says, Tiff, crossover with Freddy Krueger versus Dream of the Endless. How quick a fight do you think that would be?
It's like over in a second. Dream would just be done with it.
No, I think they would carry it on. For usually how that normally would go is Dream would like get
Dream would be like, what?
Something would happen. He'd be like, wait a minute. And then would find a way to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But would then take us on a journey.
Yes.
We'd have to go on a journey. It could be over very quickly.
That's the thing is like when Dream has
would
no
be
patience,
purposefully carried out.
Yeah, when Morpheus has no patience, it's like, oh well.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
You know, like Dr. Destiny.
Yeah.
It's like that's enough.
Yep. No, I agree.
I feel like Dream has no patience for Freddy.
Probably not. Navy Seals 21 says random, but I just finished the 4 Agreements, and it's an oddly fun book to read in tandem with Absolute Martian Manhunter. Also, love the PTSD angle in Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I'll bet. I mean, you know, it really works.
I am unfamiliar with.
No, me
Agreements.
too. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dang, we're uncultured.
Yeah, sorry.
Hulkzilla says, I dare DC to make Absolute Pariah. Why?
Oh man. No.
Why?
Well, plus you don't need him. Pariah is master of all. You know, he's aware of all of the multiverse. So
we don't need that. No, maybe he's better. Maybe like that's the absolute version of him.
Yeah,
he's like actually
he's less of a crybaby.
Yeah.
Probably
Arduit
not.
back saying what's great is I don't think there is a bad absolute book. Like everyone has a preference. None feel phoned in or uninspired.
No, it's true. Every single book, whether you like it or not, is deliberate.
Yeah, for sure. Warrior Demon 1 says Absolute Wonder Woman is my 2025 winner. It is so all the things I love about Diana and her world, plus new ideas and a new voice breathing life into Wonder Woman. Now, getting my timeline totally wrong about when Wonder Woman came out, Absolute Wonder Woman might actually be my DC book then, because if number 6 came out in
4
March,
came out.
What?
4 was the beginning, was the first book of this
I'm
year.
just saying that's most
of Absolute Wonder Woman came out in 2025. I know.
So I feel like I can say it now.
Yeah, but you fell in love with it in issue 1.
I did. Come on, let me have it.
That's fair.
TVG Hydrogen says my absolute pick, Wonder Woman. Agreed. I'm with you. And back to say what pick? Assorted Crisis Events.
It really came out of nowhere, and I know everyone who's read it loves it.
Warrior Demon 1 back to say I have a giant Wonder Woman backpack.
Nice.
Whenever people see me, they very shyly ask me if I read comics. When I say yes, I do, they launch into how they want to get into Absolute and KO stories, but they haven't read comics in years. Back to say with a second super chat. Thank you, by the way, for your very kind generosity. I then get to talk returning comic book reader into how they go about getting back into comics.
That's
I love
amazing.
that.
Great.
Yes. You don't have to be an ambassador, but when you can, embrace it. Have fun. Enjoy it.
100%.
Just know that you're helping them out.
You're doing the good work.
That was their second part of their super chat that I didn't highlight. I want to put it up there for a second for sure. My event tie-in by TBG Hydrogen says North's Fantastic Four 1 through 3.
Yeah. I know a lot of people love North's Fantastic Four.
Pretty good.
Fantastic Four's tough for me. I don't know what it is that I'm looking for, but it ain't what North's doing. I don't dislike it necessarily, but it's not enough to keep me
It's just
reading
not. Okay. And then they're back to say my ultimate pick, Ultimate Spider-Man. I love Family Man featuring goblins.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
It's great. Absolutely. Family Man.
With
Here he is.
Yep.
Don Weasel Yeehaw edition. Spending some time with family now. Checking out the stream after. Well, hi. Hope you enjoyed it.
See the repeat.
Cheers, ComicPop. Also, my favorite comic of 2025 was definitely the Kryptonite Spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fair.
That could be also in the category of series that a lot of people forgot about.
Yeah.
Arduit back to say special shout out to Superman Kryptonite Spectrum. Too. I think Batman did better across the board, but I think this was Soup's best year in a bit.
They called it the year of Superman. Like DC coined it. And Batman still came out on top. But that's just how Batman
can't
works.
help it.
But no, Superman had a great year.
Yeah, I
Can't
agree
argue with that.
1,000%. Hulkzilla says Godzilla has been doing very well this year too. Agreed. Marvel, DC, and all the initiatives in IDW and other crossovers like TMNT.
Yeah.
I did not read that super chat, by the way, when we brought that up. That was just
That's just
agreed.
synchronicity.
Anthony Hudak says, gotta shout out Aaron's Thor versus Godzilla. Not only is it epic, but he ties both continuities together with an existing Goji continuity.
Ooh, I didn't read that.
I didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oops.
that was one of the categories
Yes.
that
Go
you
check
made
that
up.
out. Yeah.
Somber Shadow.
You good? You want me to take over?
No, I'm good.
What's the matter?
I just wanted water, but I'm out. And I didn't bring my water with me. It's
Go
my
get it
fault.
and I'll read the rest.
No, it's okay. I've been taking notes this whole time for book recommendations, though it's not just for me, as I recently got my niece and nephew into comics.
Hell yeah. Or heck yeah, depending on how old they are.
Right, love that.
Thank you.
For Christmas.
That's awesome.
I got Woman of Tomorrow and Human Target for them, and they loved it.
Oh, well, I hope they're of age.
Listen, they loved it. Whatever.
No, that's amazing. I love that they love it.
Whatever.
An excellent recommendation.
Hulkzilla says, love the vibes of the show tonight. Absolute Wonder Woman, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Incredible/Infernal Hulk are my top 3. Though it's a great time to be a Godzilla fan with all the books he's gotten.
Yeah, Godzilla is everywhere.
Yes. All right. And then a secret boss says, my publisher for 2025 is DC.
That's fair. They've done a lot of work.
Did a good.
They really they've earned it. They've worked to earn it.
Yes, I agree. Even if they got pushed to the back of the floor at New York Comic
Yeah, they sure did.
along with Godzilla's own
You
publishing company.
Fudge and DC at New York Comic Con. And also maybe some IDW.
Yeah. Joshy20 says, best Marvel 2025 book for me was Storm.
Yep.
Detective Comics by Tom Taylor was my favorite 2025 Bat book.
That's fair. I forgot about Detective Comics. That was another book that I was enjoying, and I occasionally periodically pop back into it, and I still really enjoy it. I think it's consistently good, despite people's criticisms of it. But it's like, hey, Detective it could be the Bat book.
Excellent.
They could have canceled Batman and made Detective the main book and had because of Hush 2, which is terrible, by the way. Can't misstate that enough.
Book?
No.
By the way, to answer the question about the age of the niece and nephew, they're 17.
Oh, well then no. You can do them 15, they're fine. But yes, that's excellent.
No, I agree. I mean, listen, I think many publishers out there had a good year.
Yeah.
I across the board, Image, IDW,
IDW, and DC have
putting
been
out
pushing
great
the work.
books. DC definitely doing a big heavy lift, trying some new things, and I think there are parts of Marvel that are trying.
Yeah,
very hard.
I think that it's funny. Like Marvel is just like it's like the Jabba puppet. There's a lot of different moving parts to make the whole thing work together, and if they're not all working in unison, it's not going to be convincing. So like maybe the arms on Jabba are flailing as hard as they can, but if his mouth doesn't move, it's not going to work. So just Marvel needs to get their act together, make all the parts moving together.
Okay.
I don't know what the solution is. I'm not a comic book publisher.
That's fair.
There's a moment I deleted from like an episode that we just shot where I was like, I'm not doing the work for them. Like, let them figure it out.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So let's recommend some comics coming out this week that we think you should check out. Apologies to the books that came out this week that we didn't talk about.
But maybe we'll talk about some of those next week as well.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
So what do you got coming out this week? I got one for sure, but you go first. I think you might have some first.
Yeah, I guess Captain America #6 is coming out. I got to check that out.
Okay. Are you still reading World's Finest?
No.
No?
I haven't been reading it. I'm sorry. I just fell off.
Oh my goodness.
I like this book a lot, but I fell off.
Okay, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Obviously, Black Panther, Ultimate Black Panther number 24 is coming out.
Yep.
So, want to grab that?
Check that out.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh, Rogue's getting a book. Rogue #1. Let's see who's working on it. Erica Schultz and Luigi Zagaria are doing it. Maybe I'll read it. We'll see. I don't know.
That's fair.
It's tough. But Spider-Man 94 number 5 is dropping. That'll be fun.
Sorry, I just realized that 24 is the last.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, I was just checking. So this is it, folks. The epic finale of Ryan Hill, his epic in Black Panther.
I threatened to get him on the show and talk about it. I never did. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll do a retrospective.
Just such a an incredible series. Really had a good time with it. I'm gonna be sad. I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be a little sad for that one.
Do you have the writing on the wall? Do you know exactly? Are you like, I know what's gonna happen in this book?
No, I don't. I'm just gonna let it happen because who knows? Like he could do anything.
That's true.
Because
the universe is blowing up or whatever. Who the hell knows?
By the way, if you are reading A Sword of Crisis, number 8 is coming out this week.
That's
so
right.
you might want to go check that out at your local comic book store or wherever you purchase your comics.
More importantly, though, from Image Comics.
Oh my gosh. The Power Fantasy number 15 is dropping.
Yep.
Please don't end at 16.
Alien vs. Captain America number 3. Great book.
Yeah, I love that book. That's
no complaints
it's
whatsoever.
so much fun. So ridiculous.
Championing the series.
I'm not saying I'm picking it up, but if you are a fan of Psylocke's getting a new number 1 as well.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh man, I didn't get a chance to. I purchased it. And it's sitting in my Comixology downloaded because sometimes I'll download something I didn't get a chance to read.
Yes.
But Wiccan Witch's Road number 2 is dropping, and I think I want to try and grab that and go back and try to catch up. It's just one issue. I should be able to handle it, right?
I feel like that's true.
Of course, if you're reading it in the wake of Imperial, Black Panther Intergalactic number 2 is also dropping. That's right. There is another Black Panther series that is galactically speaking out there. So if you are interested in that whole world, go check it out.
Yeah.
And they're putting out a second printing of Absolute Batman Annual number 1. So
yes,
if you're
if
a person who loves covers, that might be something you're interested in. Or if you missed the first one and you wanted to get a printed copy of it, that's going to be out as well.
Star Trek: The Last Starship number 4 is coming out. I'm
Nice.
hyped for that. I like the series a lot. And
I just keep hitting my microphone with my mouth, and I don't know why. So I want to apologize for all
that's
that.
Okay.
By the way, the second printing cover is Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's freaking dope looking.
Yeah,
It's like amazing.
it's always so good. And Crustian9272 says, does Shadow of the Green Goblin count as a 2025 book? The first issue came out on December 31st. That is one of my favorite Spidey books of all time. Yeah. No. That's called getting it in under the wire, my friend. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And shout out to 2024.
Absolutely.
RIP.
And by the way, if right now you're finding that your comic book load is a little bit lighter, there may be some things that you're waiting out on, but maybe some things that we mentioned from 2025 that you might have missed out. Now's a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially if you are a digital reader, if you're a Comixology reader, sometimes older back issues on Comixology are a little less expensive. It's not a huge space ask if you have them digitally speaking.
Exactly.
But yeah. Go check it out, folks.
Right. We want to thank you for 2025. Those of you who came to the shows every Monday around 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to join us on our comic book roundups. We really, really, truly appreciate you for coming to the shows and hanging out with us. And for those of you who generously supported us using Super Chats, we do especially thank you for helping to keep the lights on or have reliable internet, which we did end up getting fixed.
Hooray!
I'm very excited about that. We'll see if it remains to be seen, if it stays that way. But for now, knock wood, it's going well, and we have internet, and it's being beamed to your computer box right now. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Tiffany, for being on this show and making it the show it is today. Congratulations to the comic book industry for surviving another year.
Heck yeah.
According to its detractors, everybody's like, oh my god, the comic industry's over. But it's been 2025 was a weird but fantastic year. I feel like I'm gonna say that for every year until I die, because that's just the world we live in now. It was weird, but there were some good. I hope that only continues to get brighter, as I imagined the future from the 90s could be. and I hope that it continues to be such. But at least with comic books, there's always a brighter world just between the pages. So
Absolutely.
pick up those comic books, pre-order your books, and of course support your local creators and your local comic book stores. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Absolutely. There's one more super chat. It's right
I
here.
see that. Yeah,
It's saying it's
Hodzilla
Hodzilla saying "Squeak yeah."
Squeak yeah. What the hell is that a reference to?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't
anymore.
remember.
It was another. It was like the previous episode.
It was. Did I say "squeak yeah"?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Why did I say "squeak yeah"?
Let us know in the comments. Don't use
Why?
Super Chat.
Help me.
but-
Remind me. Why did I say "squeak yeah"? What's wrong with me? Why can't I remember that?
Yeah,
You know what it is? Because sometimes I'll just say something
that's true.
and I don't think about it.
Yeah,
I forgot to.
Yeah,
What?
that's fair. Oh yeah, look.
Bah,
That
I remember.
Well, when there's a costume involved, you usually do.
That's what I need. Every time has to have a costume.
Yes,
I
but
need a costume.
thank you all for being here. Thanks for the deep cuts. Thanks to those Tuesday Warriors for checking out the show after the fact. Again, if you're listening to the show, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever your podcasts are downloaded, and support the channel by going to our videos. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications so you know when we go live.
I was impersonating a cursing mouse.
There we go.
Yeah.
Squeak yeah.
Squeak yeah.
Oh yeah, because I was making fun of that Mouse Man book.
You
from Wonder
were,
Woman.
and
That's
I was
what
like,
it
"Squeak yeah."
Yeah, I was like,
That's
that's
it.
right, because it was Kite Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Squeak yeah.
You're a hero.
You are. You are.
Thank you for helping me remember.
better than Kite Man. But yeah.
There it is.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more. We've got plenty more coming out. I not at the moment, but I'm recording new episodes of No Comic Required. We got new interviews coming up.
Squeak
Obviously,
yeah.
not just Tim Seeley came on the show just today, but we've got more creators coming by to give us their insights into the industry. So make sure to subscribe and to stay tuned for that. And if you're interested in more, I chatted with Scott Snyder, Chip Zdarsky, Kenny Porter. Those are episodes that are available in the
Tom King.
playlist. Tom King. They're all here on this channel. We did a little fly on the wall. Come with us and learn about San Diego Comic-Con video that came out from 2024. I'm working on more of those. So we'll hopefully have those coming out in the next couple of months. There's plenty more here.
Heck yeah.
So check that out. And we'll see you guys next time with an all new episode of Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
Thanks for watching. Keep reading. So long, everybody.
Bye.